I'm here, guys. I'm sorry. I was trying to find some videos. I'm gonna have to, some of the stuff I wanted to play today, I'm gonna have to probably do another time. I was just trying to find some videos because of what happened today, like old files. But I just gave up, and then Zeke wanted to play. I found some of them, but I was like, you know what? I can't. I give up. But I mean, we still have. It doesn't have anything to do with the updates today. I mean, it does. I'll explain when we get there. Hey, Chloe. Hey, Hope. Come on, Zeke. Come on, baby. He wants to play so bad. I feel bad. Like I called him up because I went and got my coffee and he was sitting on the couch and I called him up and he comes in with the little toy in his mouth, gets down in his play stance. Gosh, I love him. It's like, you want to play, baby boy. Anyway, holy mackerel though. What a freaking preliminary. Oh, I love him. Bubba, you wanted to play, huh? I feel so bad. Now he's just laying. I love you, Bubs. You're so cute. Anyway, whoa, whoa, whoa. I could already see where their possible defense could go from there. Not that they have them, but I'm saying like what they could possibly go with for a defense. But first, oh no, it's happening. But first, let me just read this because I saw that Trapler Ross got his video taken down, so I took my video down. YouTube is so it's crazy because it's AI. It's AI catching these. So if anybody could get like a real human to look over it, they would take off half the freaking violations and strikes. It's crazy, dude, because it's so not fair. So let me just put out a disclaimer here. I have one scrolling across the bottom. So today's stream is just going to cover a murder case and court proceedings. I'm sharing this for educational and news reporting purposes only. I do not condone, promote, or glorify any of these topics or the actions discussed. My goal is to simply explain what happened in court and discuss the publicly available information. Okay? Not condoning any of this stuff. It's educational, news reporting. That's all it is, possible preventative, people give people signs ahead of time to prevent this stuff, but absolutely I am not condoning this. I am not promoting it. I'm just giving the facts. I'm just reporting on it. And yeah. Okay. So hey honeybee. Hey Stephen Kelly. Hey Cat's here. Okay. And the crazy thing is when I was getting ready, I was watching I looked Brian Etten because I was seeing if anybody had the text messages. He read the same text messages. Brian Etten read the same ones. His video's up. You know what I'm saying? His video's up, but people that work for big corporations, if they get theirs taken down, they have sources they could call and get the inside source to be able to get it back up if something happens like that. They can't control AI. I mean, AI, anybody is susceptible to the AI algorithms. But if something happens to one of their channels, all they have to do is call and they have somebody probably that can take care of it. And it's just not fair because, if Trapmore Ross had somebody, if a human would have eyes and actually look over it, what they're doing is the AI just keeps reviewing it. So AI never really looked over, or a human never actually went back over it. If an AI would look at his video, it'd be like, oh, of course you weren't condoning it, but it's stupid. Or if a human would, sorry, it's just not fair. And the inconsistency too. So chances are AI will probably never even hit Brian Etten's video. Not because of, anything about him personally, but because it's not consistent. AI I don't know, it sucks. We all have been a victim to it, and we all are going to be future victims, knock on wood. It's not fair. I mean, it's not fair. Anyway, No, yeah, it's bullcrap because he appealed it and he got denied. But that's the thing. It's because the AI is. I just watched a video of somebody else going over it. AI is the one that's reviewing the appeal, so they're just going to keep going. Nope, nope. So they're going to keep picking up the same thing. But these people that have inside sources, if they had a source to be like, "Hey, check it out," and they actually had a human review it, of course he would win the appeal because not once did he condone it. So that's what's just messed up. I guess it's our world. Our world, I guess, have always been like this in a way. It's who you know, not what you know. If you know somebody that could get you out of something, you could commit so many different things. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You could do things and get out of it. It's kind of the same concept, but it's just, it's not fair. It's not. I feel horrible for him. And yeah, Cat's here. And it's just, it's totally not fair. And I mean, I know he was talking about, he said, mentioned something like, oh, is it a coincidence that this happened? Because, and then all, you know, I was talking about this and that. It is just a coincidence. I don't think there's anything to that. I think it's just AI. The algorithm got his video. It's just bad luck because there is no consistency to it. There'll be a million other videos talking about the same text that AI won't touch. It's bull crap. It's bull crap. Anyway, I know, I feel bad for him. I know exactly how he's feeling. We have all had like stuff like that. That's the exact same thing I got. Not the exact same thing, but I got that thing where it's the same kind of. Mine fell under a different thing. The thing that it's up now in July. I think it's up already now. Remember, I was being careful. It wasn't the same policy, but it was a policy strike type thing. So it wasn't a copyright. It's one of those policy ones. He put it up. It's the exact same one I got, but for a different area. Mine was it wasn't necessarily copyright, but it was because they said they I was ignoring their email. Remember during a live, they thought I intentionally was ignoring them because normally what would happen with what happened to me is they would actually, it literally wouldn't even affect your channel. But what he got and what I got does affect our channel because we have to be so careful because if we get one more of those in 90 days, we'll be suspended for 90 days where we can't live stream. Now, since he got his, I don't think his was on a live stream, so his might be that he just can't make a video or something. I don't know. It's just crazy. Thank you, Serna. That's why I was so scared. And there's no consistency or anything. Yeah, I feel so bad for him. I do. I really do. All right, let's get into this now. And it's gonna drive him nuts because he's gonna see other reporters reporting on those same text, reading those same text. Okay, coming up forward, especially people getting the transcripts. If he runs into Brian Etton's videos up, reading over the same text he did, he's gonna see that and it's gonna drive him nuts. I know, I've been through it. It's like this isn't fair. Like, I don't understand how I'm being punished and these people have the exact same thing up on their video. I know and I understand the frustration. It sucks. Ashley, thank you so much. I like 100% feel exactly what he's going through, and it really sucks because this is our livelihoods that's being threatened here over something that we didn't even do, something that we do every day the same way, but yet this time now, and it's fine. Everybody else, we're seeing everybody do it. We do it every day. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing that, allowed to do it. And then all of a sudden now you're telling me what I've been doing for the last 9 years. Now you're saying, uh-oh, if you do it again, you'll be suspended for 90 days. And then again, you're going to lose your channel. And you're like, wait, what did I do? This is what this is what I've been doing anyway. Like, what do you mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's so scary because you didn't do anything. So you're like, what am I allowed to say now? Because I didn't say anything different than I ever did say before. It's just stupid. Yes, I'm so glad. Okay, question. Put a 1 if you guys want to watch the press release that they did after the hearing. They did a press release. Put a 2 if not. We are gonna watch it for sure sometime in this live, but put a 1 if you want to watch it soon. If there's a lot of 1s right now, we'll watch it like sooner than later. But okay, so let's read while I'm waiting to see how you guys vote. I'm gonna read some, excuse me, Twitter updates here. Okay, I was just spinning for a minute. Here, let me pull up my, I hope I don't have bad internet. Let me pull up let me pull my live up just so I know what's going on. Okay, here we go. Mela. Okay, cool. We will watch it. Let me just read over real quick. I'll do one of the Twitter things and then we'll watch the press release. Because there's something specifically that I need your advice on about the press release. It's very important. But let me read a little bit and then I'll take a break, and then I'm just reading a couple of the Twitter updates. Look at this seal for my background. Okay, so let's read Taylor Parisi. She was in there today. And this is one of her updates. Okay, so let me make it a little bit bigger just for the heck of it. Okay. Okay. David hearing update. David Anthony Burke entered the courtroom appearing relaxed and in good spirits. He smiled and whispered with defense attorney Blair Burke, and at one point seemingly joked with the courtroom clerk about water. Deputy District Attorney Beth Silverman resumed Detective Farrell's testimony by establishing that Burke and Celeste Rivas Hernandez remained in regular contact through mid-March 2025 and exchanged between 8,000 to 9,000 text messages before her death. Silverman focused on conversations from April 22nd to April 26th. Okay, so 2025, the time period leading up to Celeste's death, including messages about Burke's friendship with Aysia Collins. So we all know Aysia, who Aysia is. Interesting because, thank you, Steph. Thank you. And thank you, Mindy. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Dee. Yeah, such BD. Sorry, Zev, such BD. What's BD? BD. Or BS. So yeah, Aysia. I was wondering because David, what I always kind of, to be honest though, it seemed to me but I get the jealousy though. If I was dating somebody who's always with a girl, I mean, I understand it, but from the outside looking in with no emotions attached, I always looked at it as there was nothing going on. They were just really good friends. From watching all these videos, I never got the impression that they were more than friends. It seemed like they were just best friends, really good friends. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. Maybe they were hooked, maybe something was going on. But as far as but I get why she'd be concerned though. It's you're always with this girl, right? So yeah, so I guess she's talking about including a message about Burke's friendship with Aysia. Silverman then walked through April 23rd conversation in which Burke and Celeste coordinated an Uber ride to his home. The messages showed Burke ordering the ride at Celeste's request, confirming the pickup location and tracking the driver's arrival, 5:07 p.m. Why do I have to show you everything I get? Because David says, why do I have to show you everything I get? She says, because. He says, get an Uber queen, or she says, get Uber queen, and he says, getting it. And then she says, a road, and then says Silverman asked if that's the name of the street her family lived on at the time. Farrell says yes. So David says 4 minutes, 1 minute. So he's telling her the status of the Uber, 4 minutes, 1 minute. He's there. 8:39 p.m. Celeste says, okay. And Celeste says, girly pop, I'm almost there. Open your door if you're home. And he says, got you. No movement, no emotion from David here. So she's talking about like watching David in the courtroom. She's like, no movement, no emotion. Like they're reading these texts. 10:10 p.m. He says, gate open, door unlocked. 10:31 p.m. David says, Uber said you're here. Where you at? After this, Burke repeatedly texts Celeste asking where she was. His final messages were sent around 11:41 p.m. The prosecution then shifted to digital evidence. Detective Farrell testified Uber records showed the ride arrived around 10:10 p.m. Prosecutors also introduced evidence regarding cell phone movements. Burke's Tesla and a photograph of the Tesla's navigation screen showing Santa Barbara destinations, including Lake Cachuma and a Tesla supercharger in San Ynez. Wait, including Lake Cachuma. Okay. Defense questions investigation and age representations. On cross-exam, Blair challenged Detective Farrell's recollection of early communications between Burke and Celeste. Farrell repeatedly testified that he reviewed thousands of messages and could not remember individual conversations without reviewing Celebrate reports. Burke also established that investigators found Celeste had represented herself as both 16 and 18 years old at different times and noted the defense had prepared its own compilation of raw iCloud message data, to which Farrell said he did review this in their messages. Burke introduced additional portions of the April 22nd, 23rd conversations that were not discussed during direct exam. She pointed to the messages in which Celeste threatened to mutilate Burke, unalive him, ruin his career, contact his mother, leak damaging information, and spread information to people in his professional life. Detective Farrell agreed those messages existed and testified he did not recall seeing Celeste threaten to report Burke to police or reference participating in a criminal prosecution. Blair Burke questioned Farrell about the extent to which Burke and Celeste's relationship was known before April 2025. Farrell testified that Celeste's parents, relatives, friends, and Burke's mother were aware of the relationship. So they're saying Celeste's parents, They're saying Celeste's family, Celeste's parents, relatives, friends, and Burke's mother as of April 2025. He also confirmed Burke attended church with Celeste's family, spent time with them at malls and amusement parks, and that Celeste's parents signed a notarized travel consent form allowing Burke to take her to London in September 2024. Did I not remember? I was going over ways that he could take her to London, and that was the exact way that I said he could have got a notarized letter. Remember? Because everybody's like, no, somebody was saying, no, the parents have to be there. That's not true. I looked it up online and it said notarized letter. There was a couple different ways. One of them was a notarized letter. And that one I felt like would be probably the easiest one for her to get. But with that being said, I always still brought up the idea as like, what if she's forged it and it was like a fake notarized letter? And yeah. And then there's a video, and that's another video I was looking for. I had a clip that I never played. I'm going to try to find it here as we're doing this live, that I was going to make a short on, and I never did, but where David is literally saying my mom is a notary. That's one of her jobs. All right. So I'm not saying she would have done that. Maybe Celeste's parents did notarize it and said she could go. But like, I'm pretty sure to notarize something that her, like, she couldn't just like, I'm talking about Celeste couldn't just like forge a letter from her parents and then go get it notarized without her parents being there, right? The whole purpose of it being notarized is to prove that what's in this letter, like their parents were the ones there, right? Saying it. Isn't that, I think, right? Am I understanding that right? So, but if you know a notary, you'd be able to do that, right? But I'm not saying like they're saying Celeste's parents knew. He went to church with him, so they definitely, or not definitely, they very well could have been like, okay, you could go with him, okay. So he's saying that there was the notarized travel consent. Celeste parents signed and they're saying that they signed a notarized travel consent form allowing Burke to take her to London in September 2024. This was all found through text message evidence. So I mean, if they're the ones texting, then it sounds like it was probably legit, because right. Um, and then Farrell also testified Celeste attended Coachella and Burke's performances with people in Burke's circle, which is very interesting because we're going to go through this a little bit later after we go through all the new stuff. If you remember, see, I was going back and forth when I was like, do they mean 2024 Coachella or 2025, right? And I reread this, and if she's writing this exactly how it came out, she's saying attended Coachella and Burke's performances. David didn't perform in 2024. He performed in 2025. So that this has to be 2025, or that would make sense, right? And the reason why I'm saying this is it's so interesting because we have Jason Dwayne. He does a vlog, which we'll watch, where he's back there with David. So it's like you're telling me Jason acts like he never met Celeste, okay? Maybe maybe Celeste wasn't back there. Maybe she was with friends out front or something. Because we don't see Aysia back there. So maybe she's with Aysia and Neo and stuff, okay? Maybe. But my point is for her not to be in that camera, let's say she is back there, for Jason to put out a vlog and make sure Celeste isn't in there, then he would have to know that David said, don't make sure Celeste isn't in the video, or Celeste just wasn't back there. But Jason did say he never met her, so I don't know. So maybe Celeste wasn't back there with him, right? So maybe she was out there with Aysia on them. Do you guys remember? We're going to go over this, but do you remember that clip that I showed you that I said that it looked like that could be Celeste? It was from the Coachella weekend, like, you know, it was probably after at somebody's house. It was Aysia, Neo, and David. And it looked like there was somebody sitting beside David, and we were debating, is that Celeste? Because it kind of looked like her shadow. Now we know she went to Coachella with him, so it probably was, because that was like after Coachella. It was during Coachella weekend. So yeah, which we'll go over that too. I have it ready here if you want to go over it now. Here, let me just show you what I'm talking about real quick. I have that one ready. I couldn't find the notary clip or this. I had a couple other Coachella vlogs. It looks like the one the person took down, but I know I have it uploaded because I went over it. I just have to find my files, but it's another one that's there with David backstage. So I had went through them very thoroughly to see if I could see Celeste. I didn't see her. So, I mean, you know, but it's just the point that she was there, and it says she was with Neo's friends. Look, or David's friends. Farrell testified Celeste attended Coachella and Burke's performances with people in Burke's circle. Okay. So hold on. Let me bring up this real quick. Right here. This is what I'm talking about. So this was posted on Neo's social media, I think it was Instagram or whatever, before he took it down. Remember, he took down his profile, but I screen record everything. And from the moment he posted it, and you count back 28 weeks, this was Coachella weekend. Okay. So they probably went to Coachella. They're hanging out after. Okay. So you see Aysia, Neo, and remember, it says with Burke's circle, watching Burke's performances with Burke's friends. So somehow they realized that Celeste was with Burke's circle friends, probably from either Neo or Aysia told him. There's some witnesses there's more stuff coming to the trial, witnesses. I'm sure we're going to get to that at the press conference. Okay. So we got Aysia. I'll watch it real quick first. It doesn't look like much, right? It just looks like them doing virtual reality, Aysia punching, and David's right here, right? But if you look really close, you could see David is sitting beside somebody. Right? Hold on. And now I'm more convinced. I always thought it could be a Celeste, but now I'm more convinced it is because Celeste was with him right there. Looks like they have a white shirt on. You guys see that? And that's David right there. So a girl sitting beside him right here. Right there. And then, of course, we just see David. So anyway, it definitely looks like a girl, white shirt, dark hair. That's all we could see. Okay. So, all right. So let's read the rest. Burke attempted to question Farrell about allegations that Celeste had previously committed DV against Burke and made reference to Celeste allegedly bringing up bipolar disorder. And this is the sucky thing, is because Burke is going to be doing her job. She's defending David. So they are going to, what is the word for it? Celeste's reputation. They're just going to tarnish it and make it seem like, you know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to get him off of murder. So they're going to, it's going to be hard for the family because what they're going to do to her memory. You know what I'm saying? But it is Burke's job. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so it's like, I know people are going to hate Burke, but it is her job. Her job is to defend David, and they need to find some kind of way to promote reasonable doubt. It sucks. It sucks. It really does. David should just take a deal, admit what he did, freaking just, you know what I'm saying? You think he should just own up to it. But anyway, so yeah, so they're saying that she previously committed a DV against Burke and made references to Celeste allegedly bringing up bipolar disorder. Wait, Farrell about Burke attempted to question Farrell about allegations that Celeste, okay, and then uh and had previously committed DV against Burke and made reference to Celeste allegedly bringing up bipolar disorder, which Silverman objected. Yeah, yeah, this is making me mad. I can only imagine what the family's thinking. Hopefully, they don't have to. They just step out for things like this. The judge ruled those topics were not relevant to the probable cause issues being considered at the preliminary hearing. This would be evidence used at the defense and trial. Burke seemed to be insinuating that Celeste was like, I'm going to be very careful with my words now because of, now some people that always pick on us that try to use different words. That's why it's because we don't want something like that to happen. These algorithm AIs, they're trying to pick up these certain words, and this is the result of it. And that's why all of us creators try to become like creative and we're not trying to underestimate or downplay what it is. We're trying to save our channel from getting taken down. You know what I'm saying? Um anyway, so they're saying that Burke seemed to be insinuating that Celeste was a well, you could read it towards David, pointing to this message sent by her. Celeste says, "Oh my effing God, I swear to God, I will unalive you. She was in my damn seat," talking about Aysia. "I will strangle you." I'm just being extra careful with this because to effing death. Bro, I will tell my dad so many effing lies about you, dead ass. I will end your career in your life and I will damage anything. So you could see what the defense is probably going to go. One of their resorts is going to be self defense. They're going to either do the unaliving of herself or the self defense, which is crazy. It's crazy. Especially the one where it's like they're trying to insinuate that she did that to herself. like those injuries. Like that reminds me of that one case. What's that case? Greenberg. Reminds me of the Ella Greenberg, or wait, is it Ellen Greenberg? You guys know that case? If they even try to like push that she did it to herself, that's what that reminds me of. And the crazy thing is that Greenberg, the family got that case opened back up, re-examined, and they came to that same conclusion again, unaliving. She did it herself. How crazy. If you guys don't know, look into that case. It is so crazy. Anyway, so before break, the defense concluded by focusing on the investigation into Celeste's arrival at Burke's home. Before break, the defense concluded by focusing on the investigation into Celeste's arrival at Burke's home. Farrell testified investigators determined Burke was playing a virtual reality game with others while Celeste was traveling in the Uber. Now, I'm pretty sure, because I know there's probably going to be people that are going to say, oh, see, there's people there. No, I'm pretty sure he's talking about online with others, to be honest. That's how I would take it. Was playing a virtual reality game with others, like probably online, right? How do you guys take that? While Celeste was traveling in the Uber. He also agreed there were no eyewitnesses who saw Celeste exit the Uber or enter the residence. No surveillance video showing either Celeste or Burke outside the home, and no witnesses who observed what occurred during the roughly 20-minute period investigators believed encompassed Celeste's death. See that? Remember they said that because there's something that somebody posted, and then something I want you guys to focus on in the press conference. But remember what this person, as long as this person's putting exactly like accurate of what the wording was, they're saying that there were no witnesses who observed what occurred during the roughly 20-minute period investigators believed encompassed Celeste's death. So there's no witnesses that seen it, is what I'm taking, right? Farrell further acknowledged the Uber driver had no independent recollection of the ride and could not confirm the exact drop-off time. We are now on another 15-minute recess with both the prosecution and defense rested. Beth asked for a time to gather her notes. In the final moments, Blair Burke's cross-exam. She pushed that there is not video evidence or data showing that Celeste and David were what Celeste were doing between 10:10 and 10:31 p.m. on April 23rd, 2025, the time Celeste is believed to be killed. Burke asked whether investigators found any text messages or other digital evidence showing what Celeste and David were doing afterward at 10:11 p.m. after confirming the drop-off time. Farrell responded. Correct indicated that there was no such evidence. Burke then said there was not any electronic communication or text messages between 10:11 and 10:31, confirming what the pair were doing. Farrell again answered, correct. Burke also asked whether investigators determined that David Burke was away from the home during the day on April 23rd. Farrell replied, I don't know. When Burke followed up by asking whether Burke's activities that day had been investigated, Farrell again said he did not know. Burke then noted that investigators were aware of the text messages between Celeste and David, indicating Burke was away from the home during the day, attending an Interscope meeting. Farrell confirmed, saying yes, saying he was aware of the meeting. Burke said no more questions. When given the opportunity to respond, Silverman established why no video evidence existed. She asked Farrell to clarify this, and Farrell said because of the amount of time that passed while the body had been concealed. Video evidence was not available when the investigation began. Silverman had nothing further to add. Says during Detective Farrell's testimony, Burke stared straight ahead while texts were read, looking at the screen in that notable casual manner. Strangely, while defense was cross-examining Farrell, Burke remained looking down through most of Blair Burke's questioning to Farrell. Somebody said, so they allowed her to travel with David? I'm not going to lie. I'm starting to assume that they thought he was going to protect her. He probably showed them a different person. Oh my God. Okay. So that was Taylor Purius. So I'm going to have to disagree with SF again. Okay. So SF posted this before I had time to watch the press conference. I was just on Twitter and this comes up when I looked up David preliminary hearing. So I want to show you this first, then we're going to watch the press conference and you'll be able to hear what context that he does say this in. Because if you listen to the words that he's saying, it's a whole different story. Okay. So SF is saying, during the press conferencing following David preliminary hearing, District Attorney Nathan Hochman said there is or are percipient witnesses in the case. A percipient witness is defined as a person who has direct firsthand knowledge of an event through their own senses, such as an eyewitness or ear witness, who had direct knowledge of this murder. Okay? That's true. That is what it is. But now that I read this, I guess he was saying, I missed where he said, I didn't click. I don't think I clicked see all. I agree it could be ear witness, but it's not an eyewitness. And I'll tell you why I think that when we watch the press conference. I missed him that he did say eyewitness or ear witness. I agree ear, but not eye. And I'll show you why. Okay. But he does. I mean, it sounds like there's more than one witness. I'm guessing Aysia. And see, that's the thing, though. That's probably why Aysia was like, I can't talk right now. Everybody was coming at her, and it might be because she was a witness. Like, she's like, no, I don't want to talk right now. I'm waiting. I'm trying to help them with this investigation, maybe. Maybe, you know? It's not, I mean, a lawyer would probably tell her if she could hold off, don't say anything. If you can't, if you really have to, you know, say something to make your peace, they'd probably say, just, you know, say whatever, sorry, blah, 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 disconnect yourself from them, whatever. Or, you know, they probably would more suggest just remain quiet. Let's get through this trial, my guess, but I could be wrong. Let's see what happens at the trial. Let's watch the press conference. So this is the press conference they did after all the days of the preliminary hearing. Here we go.
Barbaric killing of a 13-year-old at the time, 14-year-old at the time, Celeste Rivas Hernandez. She has held him to answer for first-degree murder with the special circumstances of lying in wait, doing this crime for financial gain, and murdering a witness to an investigation. David Anthony Burke has also been held to answer for the mutilation of the remains of Celeste Rivas Hernandez on September 8th, 2025, and he has also been held to answer for engaging in continuous lewd and lascivious acts with a 13-year-old. What we have seen in this preliminary hearing, and the preliminary hearing was conducted by one of our most experienced deputy district attorneys, who is right here, Beth Silverman, and her team, working with the Los Angeles Police Department's Robbery Homicide Division. They methodically presented over 5 different days before Judge Olmeda the evidence that showed, and at this point we had to show it by probable cause, but by probable cause, and I would argue by an overwhelming amount of probable cause, and we will eventually prove this beyond a reasonable doubt. It followed the timeline of the interactions between Celeste Rivas Hernandez when she started as a 12-year-old, then a 13-year-old, then a 14-year-old who never got to see her 15th birthday. Because in the intervening time where she had these interactions with Mr. Burke, he engaged in this sexual conduct with a 13-year-old repeatedly, over and over again. This came out in text messages that were presented, in videos and photographs that were presented to the judge that showed this sexual activity. Ms. Silverman methodically tracked the timeline of their interactions during 2022, 23, 24, 25, that eventually led to the time where Celeste Rivas Hernandez went over to Mr. Burke's house in the Hollywood Hills on April 23rd, 2025, and has never been heard of again. But what Ms. Silverman and her team were able to show to Judge Olmedo is that on April 23rd, 2025, what actually happened was the brutal and horrific murder of Ms. Hernandez, and thereafter, over the ensuing 5 months, how her body was chopped up, left in the front trunk of a Tesla, only to be discovered on September 8th, 2025, after the car, and this is Mr. Burke's car, had been towed to a tow yard. What now happens is that there will be an information that will be filed within the next week or so. That information will track these 3 felony counts that have already appeared in the complaint. August 31st will be the arraignment on that information. Thereafter, there will be a trial that will be set. That trial can be set as early as 60 days. And as we saw with the preliminary hearing, where the defense demanded that they have that preliminary hearing done within the time that the law allows, whatever time they want a preliminary hearing, we were ready. Often preliminary hearings in a case of this complexity take many, many more months than you have seen in this case. But when the defense demanded a quick preliminary hearing, we said, bring it on. And that's exactly what we did. If the defense wants a trial 60 days out or whenever they want this trial, we will be ready for that trial. So at this point, again, we don't have the one additional consideration is that Mr. Burke now is eligible for death penalty. The death penalty considerations are now being weighed. Part of that consideration will be any submission that the defense wants to submit to the district attorney's office. It is something that we will consider on whether or not we will seek the death penalty. At this point, the death penalty determination has not been made. I will now open it up for questions. The defense made many arguments. The defense did not present any evidence. And by the way, the defense doesn't have to do anything in a criminal case. At all points in time, a defendant is presumed innocent until and unless proven guilty. And today it was by probable cause. And at a trial, it will be beyond a reasonable doubt. We will have to convince 12 jurors unanimously to find every element of the crime in order to actually get a conviction. So the defense has made many arguments. Again, they are arguments at this point. The arguments themselves are not evidence. If and when the defense wants to present evidence at any point, we will match and meet that evidence and overcome any of the arguments or evidence in the trial that will be upcoming.
Give us any idea the scope of your without violating grand receipts for re-investigating grand jury, the large compendium of evidence. What can you tell us about what we haven't heard yet? Generally, how much is all?
So the other idea that you need to have is that a preliminary hearing is not designed for the prosecution to present all its evidence. Mr. Quealy is correct from the Los Angeles Times that there was additional evidence that was actually considered in this case that we anticipate being presented at trial. I'm not going to go into the specifics of that additional evidence, only to say that we presented a significant but small fraction of our evidence in this preliminary hearing. At a trial, we will present all our evidence because the proof at a trial will be beyond a reasonable doubt. We will not be allowed to use certain hearsay that you can use in a preliminary hearing that you cannot use in a trial. It has to be admissible evidence, and the witnesses will need to come in to establish all the foundation, the relevancy, and overcome any objections to the type of evidence. So you are correct that there will be additional and significant evidence presented at a trial that wasn't presented here at this preliminary hearing. We'll take a question right here.
The evidence that we did see on Friday, I think folks found, I think fair to say very graphic, very difficult. Both of you have worked in any case, this is understanding the proofs. How would you say the evidence in this case strikes you and how to control other cases.
We believe that the evidence at trial will be overwhelming to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt on the 3 charges with which Mr. Burke will be charged. You got a small preview of some of that evidence, including the text messages and the video and photographic evidence that was also presented directly to the judge. This was difficult evidence to even hear, but also the crime that we are dealing with is incredibly horrific and barbaric. And it's not shocking that the evidence that would prove a horrific and barbaric crime would itself also be very difficult to deal with and to watch and listen to. That is the evidence. We'll make sure that the jury eventually has all the evidence in order to reach a verdict in this case.
Do you have any idea how?
Let's say right here. I'm sorry, you have to speak up just a touch. So again, we have said this before, the unspeakable tragedy that the Rivas Hernandez family has had to go through to first lose their daughter, but to then find out how they lost their daughter is something that there are no words to do. All we can do at the district attorney's office is bring justice in this case by bringing that killer to justice. That killer is David Anthony Burke, and we intend to bring him to justice before a jury at a trial in the upcoming future.
One more question.
Right here. Again, at trial, we will bring in all relevant evidence that will establish all the elements of the crimes that have been charged. You heard a preview of that evidence in the preliminary hearing, whether it was, again, certain witness testimony, certain text messages, videos, photographs. There will be business records, and there will also be witnesses that are recipient witnesses. They have information that is relevant to establish the mental state of David Anthony Burke and the acts he committed. That evidence will be presented at trial, at the end of which we will be seeking a verdict of guilt on the 3 counts of which he will be charged: first-degree murder with the special circumstances of lying in wait, doing it for financial gain, and eliminating a witness in connection with that case, mutilation of human remains, and engaging in a continuous series of sexual acts with a minor that are lewd and lascivious acts. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Not at this time.
Okay, so, sorry, I was just looking for that video that I was looking for. Anyway, so did you hear what he said? He's percipient. Let me rewind that. Percipient to his mindset. Percipient, basically relevant to the case, but he said percipient to his mindset and the acts that he committed. Okay, so my question is, do you think they're just going to use him as, his mindset, or that it's like direct knowledge? Because if you look at percipient, it's a percipient witness is an individual with firsthand sensory knowledge of an event, also known as a fact or eyewitness. They testify strictly about what they personally saw, heard, or otherwise perceived, rather than offering specialized opinion. The concept is a core element of a judicial system. To better understand how this designation shapes trials and events, blah, blah, blah. Okay, what do? They provide direct factual evidence to establish the sequence of events, like a bystander recounting a car crash, or a passerby, or a hearing threat. And we know it's not an expert. Okay. But he didn't say percipient to like that they witnessed that actual happened. He said percipient to his mindset and the acts that he committed. So I'm thinking they're just something that they know firsthand from being with him, but not being there when the murder happened. That, in my opinion, I don't think that's what he's saying. I think he's saying they're witnesses that to seeing something, you know, relevant to the murder. They were around him, they were talking to him. Maybe he did talk to him about it. They saw something that was relevant to it, his mindset, maybe the way he was acting. I don't know. But I'll rewind it again so you guys could hear the exact words.
Financial gain with the special circumstances of lying in wait, doing it for financial gain, and eliminating a witness in connection with that case, mutilation of human remains, and engaging in a continuous series of sexual acts with a minor that are lewd and lascivious acts. Thank you all very much.
Oh, shoot. I didn't rewind it far enough. Hold on.
The preliminary hearing, whether it was, again, certain witness testimony.
Oh, here it is. Okay.
Again, at trial, we will bring in all relevant evidence that will establish all the elements of the crimes that have been charged. You heard a preview of that evidence in the preliminary hearing, whether it was, again, certain witness testimony, certain text messages, videos, photographs. There will be business records, and there will also be witnesses that are recipient witnesses. They have information that is relevant to establish the mental state of David Anthony Burke and the acts he committed. That evidence will be presented at trial, at the end of which we will be seeking a verdict of guilt on the 3 counts of which he will be charged. First-degree murder with...
Okay, I'm not going to have that repeat that because... But yeah, so yeah, it looks like there are some witnesses that maybe they found out something, they talked to him about it, they saw something, some kind of first-hand or knowledge, and maybe one of them he talked to, and the other, I mean, who knows? And maybe they found something and they confronted him, or. But I do think, I feel like one of them has to be Aysia, right? Now that we see that, you know, she was brought up, Celeste brought her up, that she was jealous, you know, basically kind of jealous of her. And the fact that it sounds like she was with them at Coachella just a couple weeks before the murder. If that's correct, and it was Coachella 2025, that was April what, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21. Wait. It was hold on, let me look at the dates. It was like something like April 19th, 21st, 18th, 19th, and 20th, maybe, or 19th, 20th, and 21st. It's just crazy. And I do think it because they said for Burke's performances, and Burke performed on 2025. Let's look up at the Coachella 2025. Let me just look at the dates real quick. And then I have that Jason the Ween vlog that we can watch that he's talking to David in. I had one where I edited, where I took out, you know, the music and stuff. But of course, can I find that one? No. So I'm going to have to be careful. Okay. So yeah, it was the April 11th through 13th weekend. There's 2 weekends, right? So for 2025, we had April 11th through 13th, and then April 18th through the 20th. So I guess we don't know which one, because he performed at both of them. So she went to both of them. But I mean, regardless, it's either a couple days before the murder, or like a week before, or 10 days before, or she went to both of them. So it was very, very close to before. And like I said, whichever one she went to, or maybe both of them, she says she was with his freaking circle watching him. That's just crazy. Hey, Master Death. Thank you, Mindy. And Mind a Business. Thank you. All right, let me take that down. Is Zeke still? Oh, where did Baby go? Oh, he's behind me. He's behind me. All right. So let me take this down. And let me put up. I wanted to read a couple before I watch more videos. Let me read a couple the TMZ articles about today's hearing. I think they had a few maybe things that I didn't read. This one's bigger. Smaller or whatever. Okay, so I forgot to text Mama Mia to tell her I was going live. Mayla's mom, hey, thank you. Hope G and Ket's here. Thank you, mods. Are you the 3 mods? Anybody else? Well, thank you guys. Just checking. I wanted to give you guys a shout out. Shout out. Shout out. All right. So we have just a few TMZ articles. I'll just skim through the parts that maybe I didn't read yet. So arraignment. The trial must begin within 90 days. Dang it, I didn't realize that, guys. Because he didn't waive his speedy trial, right? So now it has to begin within 90 days. David is due back in court for arraignment August 31st. Is this? Wow. And they're weighing, if you were hearing what he said about the death penalty, they're weighing it out right now, deciding if he qualifies. Wow. So it says that he is eligible and they're currently weighing whether or not the death penalty will be pursued. I'm wondering though, and I don't know though, having Blair Burke as his lawyer and having money, he probably won't take a plea deal. But I'm wondering though, if they end up doing the death penalty, then that's always something that sometimes people will take a deal because they'll be like, oh, we'll take the death penalty off the table if you just plead guilty. So I'm wondering if, first of all, if they would even offer him that deal, because I'm sure they'll ask Celeste's family and kind of weigh out if that would even be a thing they would want to do, if they do end up doing the death penalty. And then do you guys think David would take that deal? I mean, this freaking evidence is strong, dude. And like he said, they only showed a part of it. They have so much more. I'm wondering, like, if his lawyer Blair is just gonna be just like so freaking confident, like saying, "Nope, we got this. We'll be all right," or like if they end up saying, "Hey, we'll give you a deal. We'll take the death penalty off." I mean, he's screwed. I'm sorry. We asked Hochman about Revis's family, saying they didn't approve of the relationship. Despite the defense presenting texts and travel documents Monday, it claims show that they knew Celeste and David were spending time together. Hochman sidestepped that question, instead of calling the family's loss an unspeakable tragedy and saying, instead calling the family's loss an unspeakable tragedy and saying his office intends to bring David to justice before a jury. As TMZ reported, there was a slew of evidence presented by prosecutors during the preliminary hearing. So, yeah, let's see. Hold on, let me see. Because they have, when they ask him, I think, hold on. Tragedy, no, hold on a second. Yeah, did you guys see this? Mayla's mom, thanks for sharing me how Brian Koberger is withdrawing his guilty plea. I'm so burnout. I'm not burnout, but I'm so over that case as far as like his bull crap and I don't know. I just makes me mad. The Idaho. Defense claims Celeste's family was cool with them hanging out. Let's see. Family knew she was hanging out with David before she was found dead in his car, and in some cases signed off on her traveling with him on tour and overseas, despite initially saying they didn't know him, at least according to his defense team. David's attorney presented evidence Monday during the 5th day of his preliminary hearing, suggesting the family knew something was going on between Celeste and David and did nothing to stop it. Celeste's sister allegedly traveled with them to one of David's shows in Las Vegas. That's that picture. Hold on a second. Where's that picture? I have it here. I showed it yesterday too in my live. This is that picture. But that's her cousin, right? Isn't that her cousin Esmeralda? I'm pretty sure it's Esmeralda that she went with, right? But here's that picture because somebody matched up that it's what's the hotel? They matched up the hotel in Vegas that this was at. So I don't know if this is if she went twice maybe, but that's one of the times that she was in Vegas. They think at the same time David was. But I'm pretty sure this is Esmeralda, which I say it wrong all the time and people get on me. Esmeralda. I don't know why my mouth, every time I want to say it keeps saying Esmeralda. 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 Sorry. Anyway, and then we know, hold on, let me finish reading this and then I'll bring up the other thing here. Hold on. Hopefully I have it in my files. The thing where, the Build-A-Bear thing, because that would be another time that she, and I'm sure that's what they're quoting, no, they went to amusement parks with family. That's kind of misleading because, I mean, it's not misleading, I guess, in a way, but when you hear family, like, I feel like a lot of people will think like parents and stuff, but I'm pretty sure the amusement park, the Six Flags, was just with her cousin, not like her parents. You know what I'm saying? But you word it as family, which it is family, but like, you word it that way generally and it's so vague in the courtroom, and then people, you know, they think like more parents, I would think. But anyway, okay, where are we at? Let me finish reading this. Celeste's sister allegedly traveled with him to one of David's shows in Las Vegas, and a notarized travel form to her parents showed they allegedly gave consent for Celeste to travel to London for a week in 2024 without any other family members. These allegations could be seen as flying in the face of what Celeste's father, Jesus, told TMZ in May through his attorney, Patrick, when he claimed he never had any contact with this guy. At the time, Jesus also said the family never received any money from David or anyone in his family. As TMZ reported, there was a slew of evidence presented by prosecutors during the preliminary hearing. Oh, the same thing. Okay. One more here. Oh, that's saying the same stuff. Okay. Oh, yeah, no, this part right here. Okay. Let me make this bigger here. Celeste threatened to unalive David just one day before prosecutors say that he unalived her, erupting over his friendship with former pal Aysia Collins, according to explosive text revealed in court Monday. The messages showed Celeste grilling David about why he wanted to remain friends with Aysia and becoming furious after learning that Aysia had been at his Hollywood Hills home. Oh my effing God, I swear, I'll unalive you, Celeste wrote, according to testimony from David's preliminary hearing. She also threatened to strangle David. So tell lies to her father about him. And this actually gives a specific description, which, where are we at? Hold on, let me write this up. Where are we at? So you could see, mutilate, and end his career in life. The following day, the text seemed friendlier, revealing David arranging an Uber to bring Celeste to his home at 10:02 p.m. Girly pop, I'm almost there to open your door if you're home. So that's what she says. And I want to say once again, I am not condoning or promoting this behavior. I am just reporting on this for educational, yeah, news reporting, educational purposes. And he says the gate's open. Okay, I know we already went over all this. And then it says, and Celeste never texted again after he said, gate open, door unlocked. David, however, continued firing off messages, possibly creating a trail, suggesting he did not know where she had gone. So wait. Yeah, so he keeps, and then he's just firing messages saying, oh, I don't know where you gone. At 10:31, he wrote, Uber said you're here, where you at? Before following up with, hello, bro, Celeste. Okay, David. Okay, David. Sick. He later asked if she had blocked him, said he was going to call someone named Jen, and continued pleading for an answer after midnight. So who's Jen? Is that so? What do you guys think? Is he's like, oh, I'll call somebody named Jen? Is that to like make her jealous? Even though that's the thing, by this time he would already know, what he did to her. So, but I mean, to make it seem like he was trying to make her jealous, or Jen? Who the heck's Jen? So he said he to call someone named Jen and continued pleading for an answer after midnight. Maybe Jen is one of Celeste's friends. David leaned forward and appeared calm as the messages were read aloud in court. During cross-exam, David's attorney Blair zeroed in on Celeste's threats, having LAPD detective Corey Farrell confirm she twice threatened to unalive and strangle David while also vowing to destroy his career. The defense also highlighted messages suggesting Celeste had previously been violent toward David and talked about unaliving herself, while arguing it was Celeste who pushed to visit him before Aysia tore. So they're saying like Celeste. So Blair Burke is trying to argue like how could you be charging with laying in wait when she's the one that wanted to come see him. He didn't even, she pushed it and he didn't really, you know what I'm saying? Like he didn't really want to, but she pushed to come in to see him. So trying to say like, how could that be a like plan when she's the one that wanted to come? I'm just saying that's what she's trying to argue, Blair. As TMZ previously reported, prosecutors claim David lured the 14-year-old to his home, fatally stabbed her on April 23rd, 2025, and later dismembered her. Yeah, why am I reading this again? Dang it. We already know what happened. It's like I'm nervous to read these words that, some of these words were a lot, I think we should be allowed, and I've read on other videos, but now I don't even know. Bull crap. Where's Zeke at? Okay, Bubby? Yeah, it's just, do you guys want him to take a deal? What do you guys like? Would you be mad if like he ends up taking a deal, pleads guilty, but gets the death penalty off the table, does life? Okay, so now, wait, what was I going to play? I was going to show something when I was reading one of these. It reminded me to, hold on, let me see if it reminds me again. I was going to pull up a video, but now I forget. I can't find the notary video right now. I'm going to look for, maybe I'll put a short up when I find it. Monday the 5th day. Oh, yeah, I know what I was going to do. Hold on a second. Video article. Oh, yeah. I don't have that. Never mind. So I'm just going to show the, I think it was April 21st, 2024. when the Build-A-Bear for Esmeralda. Esmeralda's Build-A-Bear little sheet was at David's house. SF found it at David's house. I think it says that it does say the date. I think it was April 21st. And then, like I said, it shows them at Six Flags. There's Build-A-Bear at Six Flags. It shows David posted a video about that time at Six Flags. That was Celeste's cousin. And then it shows Celeste at her graduation the next month. And that's probably who she was staying with. Remember, she was staying with her cousin for a little bit. So, her aunt, cousin, I'm sure it was her cousin's house, and I'm guessing it was probably that aunt, right? So yeah, I mean, we knew that, like, or figured that, you know, the cousin knew because she went to Six Flags, it looked like, with them. What else? The church thing, going to church. See, I would like to know when they say family, I mean, could it just be that maybe it was the aunt that was doing it? Because I mean, did the parents say they never met him? I mean, Jesus obviously did, because somebody just interviewed him somewhat recently, right, or somewhere. But did the mom say that, or were they just kind of like quiet? I'm trying to think. So I guess the dad said that, but that doesn't mean that the mom, maybe the dad didn't actually physically ever meet him. I don't know. This is tricky because it's like, did the parents meet him? And they're acting like the parents, he went to the amusement park's got to be the cousin. So we knew that. Church. What else did he say? The notarized thing. Notarized, knowing she went to London with him and they okayed it. That's kind of interesting, right? All right. And then the Coachella thing. So let's watch. Let's watch a part of well, let me take this down. Jason, when he goes to Coachella and he talks to David, because remember, Jason goes out there with him one of the weekends at Coachella. He goes out there with him and he's videoing him, remember? And then the other one, I had that she took it down. I can't find it now, but it's the other weekend where somebody is doing a vlog that was kind of back there with him. And I was looking through each freaking frame to see if I seen her. All right, hold on. Let me bring up. Coachella 727. Okay. So let's do. Well, here is a little, like, Aysia posted this. Oh, see, I think this actually is Coachella 2024, right? Or wait, I don't know. Is it? Oh, I shouldn't be playing. Is this? Oh, I'm not even playing it. Oh my gosh. Is this Coachella? I don't know. I thought originally it was 2024 because David was performing at the other ones. But no, he would perform and then he would be able to go and watch music all the other times that he wasn't performing. So this could have been 2025. It's just a short. Let me see when she uploaded this. I'm going to play it again. I might have to freaking mute it. I forgot about the music on it. Let me see.
You want to move? Okay. You want to move?
So what's his name? I always forget. What's his name again that did that disturbing video? If this is, hold on. Let me just get that answer right now so I'm not just wondering. Let me see when she posted this. It's going to drive me nuts. Does anybody know offhand? All right, hold on. filter, channel, Aysia. Okay. She probably took it down by now, huh? Dang it. It looks like she did. Oh, wait. No, hold on. No, she didn't. Okay, so it is, hold on. Yeah, it would have been this year because she posted it June 16th, 2025. And it looks like it's clips. It says David backflips Coachella Day 1 and 2. But the thing is it's her videoing her screen and then she posted. I don't know why she's doing that. But then this video, I don't think is actually up, is it? You guys following me? Yeah, so this is a short where she's like videoing her screen, and it's a video that's called David Backflips Coachella Day 1 and 2, which isn't up anymore. She probably took it down. The actual full video.
Rome to the dome.
It's about 5 minutes and 26 seconds. She's just playing clips of it. But I don't know where the original one is. Are you guys following me or no? Wait, what did he say? Sorry. Don't invite your friends. Wonder if they're mocking Celeste here. What if Celeste said that? Because supposedly Celeste is jealous of Aysia, right? She was there with the friends at Coachella with David and them. And they keep repeating, don't invite your friends. Do you see what I'm saying? She could be mocking them. And this could be why Aysia doesn't have this video up anymore. She took this video down that was called David Backflips Coachella Day 1 and 2. But yet she has a short of her just playing parts of it. Shorts of just playing parts of it. That's kind of interesting. What if Celeste was actually in the full one and she had to, I don't know. And then when it all came out, she hurry up was like, oh shoot, I got to take this down maybe. Do you guys think? I don't know. This is 2025. What do you mean? Hope, this is 2025. I don't know what you're saying. Oh, no, but Christy, I thought that too until it says Burke's performances. David didn't perform 2024. If you look at that Twitter post, look, unless if she wrote it down wrong, but if she wrote that down right and you look at that Twitter post, it says during Burke's performances, David did not perform 2024. So it has to be 2025. You got to look for key clues, unless if that they wrote that wrong and that's not what it meant. But I'm going to go right now by how she wrote it until I hear otherwise. And the way she wrote it is, are you following me? Here, I'm going to pull it up and show you what I'm talking about. Like I said, if it ends up being wrong, I'll come and correct it. But right now, the way she wrote it, it looks like it's 2025 because, well, let me bring it up. Here's the post. I'm trying to find that part. Hold on, I gotta find it. Where's it at? Right here. It says, no, maybe I am maybe I'm wrong. Now I just Dude, you ever do that where you reread something and then you see that it could have a couple different meanings? I'm an idiot. So that could mean something else. Okay, so Farrell also testified Celeste attended Coachella and Burke's performances. Originally I was taking that as his performances at Coachella. Now I'm rereading it and it could mean just both. It could mean she attended Coachella and Burke's performances with people in Burke's circle. But I was taking it as my first initial thing was taking it as, oh, it was the Coachella where Burke performed and she attended it with them and she was with Burke's circle attending it with them. I don't know. But so it could be either 2024 or 2025, I guess. I don't know. What do you guys think that means right here? That's what I'm a little bit, I'm rereading it a different way now. He says, testified Celeste attended Coachella and Burke's performances with people in Burke's circle. I don't know. But he only performed in 2025. So if she did mean that, it would be 2025, but maybe she just meant him separately, like, oh, Coachella and his performances. I don't know. Oh yeah, so I do think they're mocking her, but I'm wondering if like maybe Celeste just isn't around him at the moment, or it's the different weekend. Maybe she was there one weekend and the other weekend, so they're making fun of her because it's fresh in their mind. But if it was a whole year later and they were mocking her, like, oh, we went to her last 2024, a whole year later, and then they're mocking her, oh, don't invite your friends. I mean, I guess that could be a thing, but it's like, dang it, Celeste is really inside your guys' head a whole year later, and you're mocking her, like it's bothering you that much. But it could be either or it could be like it's a weekend that maybe she only went to one of the weekends in 2025, or she is there with them, but she's doing something at the moment. She's not physically there. Either way, I think they're freaking talking about her. That's messed up. I'm going to rewind it right here. Hold on. There's Celeste Herrera. Wow. Who's that? Hold on, you can't see, huh? Who is that? Almost looks like you.
You want a moan? Okay. You want a moan?
Oh, that's, I don't even know who it is. Somebody laying there.
Home to the dome.
Well, yeah, either or. I think they could be mocking her now that we know. Wow. Well, hopefully we'll figure out. That's the thing. Now that we basically heard all the other evidence, the thing that now that the thing that's left that I really want to hear is now the witnesses. I'll feel satisfied if when the trial comes, if I hear, who the witnesses and their if I could get the transcripts of just them testifying. I don't think I need to rehear all this other stuff again. I get the other stuff, but I love to hear those witnesses and see what they said. All right, so now okay, I have a question. Put a 1 if you guys think 2025. Put a 1 if you think they mean basically you think they're saying Burke's performance is at Coachella, so that you think it's 2025 that Celeste went, and put a 2 if you think she went 2024. I'm just curious. I'm kind of in the middle now. All right, so what do I do? Let me pull up my. Oh, so now that we know that that freaking thing on his hand, I guess, is a freaking tattoo, which I don't understand why it looks so bad sometimes, and it looks like he almost like redoes it or something. But I wanted to watch this video now, knowing if you guys did go check out my video out. I did a whole video, I think it's a pre-record, just talking about that tattoo, and it shows you like when it appeared, and it did appear before the murder. There is a video where you could see it before the murder, because originally I thought, oh, did he do that after or something? Was it some kind of, you know, meaning something? But there was one video where you could see it before. But I want to watch this video again now, knowing it's a tattoo. Let's see. It's that video with Aysia right here.
Fully dressed, bro.
Oh, this is it. I'm glad we watched it. This is Coachella too, I think, because he's wearing the same outfit he performed at one of the Coachellas. I think this is Coachella. Oh yeah, Coachella day 1. I'm an idiot. Coachella day 1. Okay.
Fully dressed, bro. On my hand it says Jesus. Jesus. Water. You dry? She dry. I'm inebriated. Yeah, I'm inebriated. Yeah.
What was that screaming? I never noticed that before. Dude, I've watched this so many times. How did I just block that out? Oh, please, no one let me record while a concert is happening. Thank you.
I'm inebriated. Yeah, I'm inebriated. Yeah.
Huh. Like flashes to that at the end, but why wasn't, that's interesting. And then what is this? Oh, this again.
I'm gonna show you guys the eats before we.
Just want to remind, this is the day that now that we know that David is the one that drove the car the last time on the 29th. He drove it. He went to Ross clothing store, whatever, got himself an outfit, I guess. This is all on the 29th, right before his tour. Got himself an outfit, parks it, and a little later he gets on the bus, and this is him on the bus going ready to go on tour.
I'm gonna show you guys the eats before we embark on our tour adventure. We got the Bangin' Balls burgers, the Bangin' Balls tender, tour bus vibes, studio in the back because we making music called tour. You know where it's at. You know what it is. Why am I talking like this? I don't know. See y'all in San Francisco. First show on the way. We're gonna get naked on stage.
Yeah, idiot. All right, hold on. I want to do something. I want to see real quick what this is. The music. I don't know if there's music in it. I arrived in London where Central C at. So this is. So now we know he went to Celeste with Celeste. She's probably the one filming this. September, wasn't it? September something. When he went to London with Celeste, and then he went to Texas to meet his family. But we know that Celeste already met his mom at the Fonda, June 27th. We seen him sitting up there with her. Celeste was sitting a couple seats down with his sister and his brother. So she met him, but I guess maybe it was a more formal meeting where she went to his house and met the whole family, because I don't think the dad was at that concert. And then hold on. What is this one? What is this?
I don't even gotta work too hard to mock him though.
David, shut up.
What are you talking about? I don't even gotta work too hard. I don't even gotta work too hard.
We're hibachi styling things right now. Oh, maybe you should put yours on the bottom, Loki.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah. Oh, no!
Nah, you're still going though. Nah, you're still going though. This is like a bad idea. This is not a good idea.
Okay, me and David are trying to layer our phones right now. I look scary.
Nice.
Wait, I'm him.
Oh! Wait, this is kind
Now, I don't know the date of this. I think it's when they're on tour. I'm pretty sure it's summer of 2025, sometime on tour, maybe August, September, I think. But that's kind of creepy now, knowing what we know and then seeing Aysia over there with that knife. Let's look at chat. Hi, David, Daddy, my glorious king. I love you, David. They're saying, somebody's saying hi, Poppy, or Pop. This is my house, somebody says. What are you waiting for? I went to Houston's show. Yeah, the Houston show, remember, was the show like 4 days after the murder. The one he cried at. I hate ads. Somebody says, damn you, sexy. Miss you. No, he's not the GOAT. Hi, it's my first time here. Pink Panthers, Atlanta, I'll buy tickets. Says if you bring Pink Panthers, I'll buy tickets. Chicken Little. Like, genuinely, you are beautiful, David. Ew. Fix the cam, it's blurry. Okay. All right, so let me play. I'm nervous to play this because I know there's some music and I just need to know. I wish I knew where the video I had where I have it all edited out. But here is the Coachella, Jason. This would be the second. Hold on. Yeah, this would be. No, I don't remember. Hold on. I think this is the first weekend that he performed. Oh, figures. It goes on to. But I mean, I've been through this to see if there's any Celeste that I could see Celeste, and I can't. I've been through it like multiple times. Yeah, I think this one was the first one, right? The first weekend.
We are here in Palm Springs. It's time to go to Coachella. I'm not gonna lie, I could have done a lot better. But look at the mountains, man. I've never been here before. We were at Coachella, my first year here. I'm with the squad. David invited me out to go on stage with him. Y'all were saying like, yo, Jason, you might perform, damp guy, etc. Yo, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Me performing would be a humiliation ritual. I'd rather just go on stage, get lit with my homie, do a backflip or attempt to do a backflip and get off. But hey, hopefully I meet a lot of creators / artists. That's really why I'm here. You know, I have a small bubble of friends. Hopefully today, meet new friends, maybe Lisa, Tyler, Yee, Glorilla, you know. I'm pretty sure Saz coming. Maybe the Haas sisters, who knows. We gotta wait till David shows up and then we out to Coachella. We just made it through Coachella security. We are here outside of David's room. He's changing right now, okay? We're not gonna disturb his changing place. Today is Lady Gaga Day. A lot of Asians, because I think Lisa is performing as well. I'm gonna wait for David to pop out. I'm going on stage today. I'm gonna trip out, y'all. I'm installing my emotes today. Hopefully things go well. Yo, say what's up to the vlog real quick.
YouTube!
We are here, man. Appreciate you bringing me out, man. I'm about to trip out on stage.
You know what it is, you know what it is.
This is the trailer, yo. I feel like a real artist.
You're right next to Yeet, and then I think Wiz Khalifa is down there.
All right, we got 505, so let's just explore. I really don't know. You're gonna have to lead the way.
There's Rob and his David's brothers back there. Caleb, of course. Who's back here?
Should be more popping towards the outside area.
This is main stage?
Rabbit's playing there tomorrow. So it's gonna be so crazy.
Yeah, there's David's brother.
Benson Boone over here. Glorilla right here.
Oh, Glorilla. Yo, Gabba Gabba. Oh my God. Oh my God. I want to hug you. Oh my God, Jesus. Oh my god, yes.
Oh, the rest of them up there too?
No way, bro. What, the PBS kids? It's 100 degrees outside. I know they're burning up like crazy. Is this your outfit?
No. There's a Kylie Jenner after party too.
Yeah, I definitely underdressed. I got another pair of clothes, but this shit's mid, bro. I underdressed. I didn't know Coachella would be like this, man. I'm not tapped into this culture. White girl central right now. I might have to turn into a snow monster. We got like an hour to kill until time to go on stage. Apparently, I was told that people don't even go for the music anymore. They just go for the vibes and pictures. Holy shit, it's hot as fuck. Whose idea was it to make the festival in the desert, y'all? We're about to get walked over to stage. David's been performing an hour. This heat is hot to me. I'm feeling crazy right now. Maybe it was a bad idea to wear all black in the desert. It definitely was. Hopefully, when I get on stage, the crowd is not all quiet.
Ready, dude?
Big day for you, my boy.
Ooh, big day for the unemployed. Big day for the unemployed.
Shout out to the unemployed, man. If y'all weren't unemployed, I would not be jobbed.
We're heading to stage right now. Got a little van vibe,
Hopefully, I remember what to do.
We are not here for you.
No one knows me, bro. I gotta make more TikTok.
There's his mom and dad. Wait a minute. His mom and dad are there. So if Celeste was there in the 2025. Oh, I guess it would have been after she met him, because she met him. The trip to the families was September 2024 would be the trip to London and Texas when they met. Supposedly the trip for her to go to Texas and meet the family was September something 2024. So let's think about this. So if this is this is Coachella 2025, yeah. So if she is here Coachella 2025, I guess it's no big deal. She would have already met him. But yeah, his parents.
I was gonna backflip, but I'm like, I gotta show.
Not right now.
You're doing a backflip on stage?
So many of them.
You have to do that right there.
I need to equip a backflip to my emo catalog. You know what demographic I gotta tap into? The
Wait, who said not right now though? Hold on. Who was it?
Emma Chamberlain.
Let me rewind it. Why isn't it not letting me rewind? Oh. Because it's a video. But hold on. It's downloaded. It's not. I was thinking I was on YouTube, but it was downloaded. Okay. I think.
Make more TikToks.
I was gonna backflip, but I'm like, I gotta show.
Not right now.
You're doing a backflip on stage?
So many of them.
You have to do that right there.
I need to equip a backflip to my emo catalog. You know what?
Who was it? Some girl with a flower dress, but I don't see it.
I was gonna back.
Oh, it's right there. She comes in. Who is it?
Make more TikToks.
Oh, whoever this is. That's who said not right now. I have no idea who that is. Huh.
I was gonna backflip, but I'm like, I gotta show.
Not right now.
You're doing a backflip on stage?
So many of them.
You have to do that right there.
I need to equip a backflip to my emo catalog. You know what?
Was that Lane? Wait, hold on.
I was gonna backflip, but I'm like, I gotta show.
Not right now.
You're doing a backflip on stage?
Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm annoying with this, but then I thought.
They're not here for you.
I know they're not here for me. No one knows me, bro. I gotta make more TikToks.
I was gonna.
Shoot, I missed it again. Oh, I'll quit.
I need to equip a backflip.
Because isn't that Josh back here? That's why I want to know, because I was thinking, was that Lane? It didn't really look like her, but Josh is back here, so huh.
My emo catalog. You know what demographic I gotta tap into? The Emma Chamberlains, the Leia Haltons, the Bryce Halls. Just this is behind the scenes of being an artist. I'm ready to see Jay the Wing. No what?
No, not for this one.
I'll fuck with that.
Wow, you really dressed up for this?
Is that an iPhone?
It's an iPod, bro. Carry that with me everywhere. Because it takes really low quality pictures. So low light is so hard.
It's really not even that bad for real. No, they miking me up like I'm an actual artist. What's that waistband for?
To keep the pack when I do backflip shirtless.
Oh, you're about to backflip?
Yeah.
After, we're gonna go actually experience Coachella's because the sun will be down, and then that's when my energy is gonna replenish. I might do the piece in. I'm ready. Let's see what his stage looks like. On the live stream, it was a pre-recorded thing of old white people, but I'm trying to see what this stage looks like. I don't think they fucking know me, bro. I mean, there's some people that know me that's looking. I can't see. Are they looking at me? Oh my God, they know me, bro. How are you feeling?
Chilling, man.
Give me a fit breakdown, bro. Like,
Hey, I got the custom.
was trying to see like who's all back here. I don't know whose that. Got this.
Bro, hanging by a tree. Fuck with it.
His brothers.
Black forces on, black forces on.
Damn, bro. I should have popped out with some shit like that, man.
Still swag though. Chain.
Oh, there's his sister coming back up there, I think, right?
Bro, hanging by a tree. Fuck with it, bro.
Black forces on, black forces on.
Damn, bro. I should have popped out with some shit like that, man.
Still swag
I think that's his sister coming around, but I'm trying to see who she's with.
though.
Yeah. Who's got their arm around his sister? That's his sister. Let's see.
Chain.
It's calm, though. It's calm.
Who?
How many people do you think?
Huh. I'm about to put this in my editor so I could freaking get better, like the frames. Because who has their arm around his sister? You see that? Oh my God. I almost forgot to share the one thing I wanted to go over with you. Last live I wanted to go over and I forgot. I almost just did it now. If I didn't actually go into my editor right now, I would have forgot. All right, hold on. I'm gonna put that in my editor because who is she with? Huh. I mean, who is she's he's got his arm, somebody's got their arm around his sister. I wanted to be able to like stop and see who it was. Sorry, hold on. Okay. We're what, 4 minutes. Oh, 4 minutes in. All right, hold on a second. 45, 49. Oh, 49, okay. Hold on, guys. Here, let me put this down. Put this up so I'll be able to go more in the frames because I have it. Okay. Oh, I can see. Yeah, is that Lane? Is it Lane? I don't know. Yeah, because who's back there? So these are David's people then. I mean, that's Josh. I think that was Lane, and then he's back there with Josh. Somebody else is back there. I'm trying to find Sheldon. I want to find the living security guard, guys. Who was it? That guy could be in. He may be. I don't know. Could he be in some trouble? Well, did the Project Awesome actually go through, like where he helped? I know that was the plan, but did maybe David asked him and he said no and he didn't do it, or did he actually do that? Did he? You know what I'm saying? Like, how much did he know? Did he actually really? Was he the one that drove him there? Did he? You know what I'm saying? How much did he do? Because maybe David was just talking a bunch of crap and he didn't do it. Who knows? I'm very anxious to hear all about that. Because if he did, then that would be like an accomplice in a way for the kidnapping charge, at least, you know? All right, let's see when he brings the sister. I want to see who she's with here. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, where is that at that happens? I don't think we're going to be able to see, unfortunately. All right, so I think it's so quick. And then oh, shoot.
Chilling, man.
Give me a fit breakdown, bro. Like,
Yeah, I got the custom atomic fit
bro,
on.
hanging by a string. Fuck with it, bro.
Black forces on, black forces on.
Damn, bro. I should have popped out with some shit like that, man.
Still swag though.
Right there. Maybe it's Lane. It could be Lane, the one that was walking earlier. I think that was Lane. You know, didn't kind of look like it, but it kind of did, and it only makes sense. But okay, you see an arm. I think we're not going to be able to actually see that.
Chain.
Is that the same girl? She's got a white skirt. I think it is. Did that girl have a white skirt on?
How many people do you think this is?
Do you guys remember offhand? Did that person I looked at earlier have a white skirt? It doesn't look like the same person, but it kind of does. But she's making eye contact with Rob, it looks like. We know Rob and Lane are like, but that doesn't really look like her. But she's got David's sister. Rob's walking over to her, then it cuts over, unfortunately. Okay, don't be mad. I just want to go back and see if she has a white skirt on. I forget. It doesn't look like the same person. It does from the top up a little bit, but then it doesn't, and it's just driving me nuts, guys. Don't be mad. I hope you're not mad. No, it doesn't look like she has a white skirt on. No, she's got a black skirt. So that's somebody else. Huh. Interesting. Somebody with a white skirt, kind of tall. She looked kind of tall. It looked like she had a black shirt. She had like David's sister. She kind of had her arm around her, and then she had her in front of her. So I wonder who that is. Huh. And then Rob's going over there to meet him, it looks like. Can't deny that. Wait, what?
Calm though, it's calm. How many people do you think this is? I would say it's like 100? What? 200?
That's way more than 2. That's at least 1,000.
That's not 1,000. Yo, it's good, yo.
I like that we have a tent too. It's not too hot.
Hey.
Hold on. Were we able to see anybody back behind there when? Oh, I did it too much. Hold on. Right here when he comes back. I want to see if we can see anybody.
We have a tent too. It's not too hot.
Thank God we got this shit. I'm saying we. Yo, if I could.
There's David's drummer. Okay.
Dive, I'm diving in that bed. I'm diving. Can I hop down and like?
When you're done, you're not gonna be able to get back up. So when you're done, you can do that.
Okay.
Good old Robbie boy. Might have to mute it now. Yeah, I'll have to mute it. So this is the first weekend. So this would be what, the 10th and 11th or whatever, I think it said. And then the other weekends like the 18th, 19th or something like that, to April. So 18th and 19th, the other one's the 10th and 11th, I think. Why do I keep going down? Hold on, I'm sorry guys. Okay. Nope, don't recognize anybody. There's that girl in the white skirt. Hold on. Just curious, who is that? Oh, that's a different one. White skirts must be the thing. Now let's look at Rob over there. But don't see no Celeste, huh? But maybe she's not backstage. Maybe she's out there watching the performance. If she's indeed there, maybe she's with wherever Aysia and Neo are out in the audience watching it, maybe. If they're together. I don't know. You know? Okay, so now I think they're at. Oh, no, that is still David. Yeah, that's right. Because then he does the flip and falls. Remember, and then the second, when he comes back next weekend, he does it again. Oh, let's see if I did already go through all this to see if I saw Celeste, but I mean, it doesn't hurt to do it again. I almost want to rewind it and go through it again. There's his dad and mom, or his dad and Rob and brother. Oh, there's that girl. Who is that girl? I wonder. Is that her again? The one that's with the sister? Yeah, with the white skirt. Whoever that is, that was the one that was with the sister. Yeah, there's a sister. Wonder who that is. Huh. That's Josh. I wonder who this is. Is it somebody, close to David? Huh, who is that? She's with David's family, it looks like. All right, I could unmute it. I just wanted to. Oh, that's funny. Place to stop. Yeah, there she is. Huh. She had her arm around her sister. She was like, interesting. All right, I'll unmute it.
Bro, I got in the crowd just to try to hype him up.
I definitely got a concussion.
Missed it, bro.
That was crazy, man. You should have got that on camera, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That was the highlight.
Pray to God they didn't get that on camera.
I want them to, because all the clips of niggas falling, like Cardi falling off stage. That's all viral, bro.
I speak for every artist.
Exactly.
It always happens one time. Now I want to go see a bunch of people perform. Maybe meet a couple artists. I don't know if y'all saw. I think Woj might have got it in the background. I think Lily Phillips was behind me, just snuggled up with some random dude. The girl that was the guys, but hey, they look cute, man. I'm not gonna judge. Shout out to David again. Let's go meet some artists, hopefully. On the golf cart vibes. The sun's finally down. I got my energy back.
The adrenaline's still popping. I'm ready to go.
First Coachella?
Yeah, first Coachella. Nice, I just went on stage.
Let's go. How'd it go?
Bro. It was good, man.
Yeah.
Hold on, I want to see now that we know about the Celeste tattoo. Hold on, let me see if you can see it on his finger right here. Hold on a second. Oh no, it's not the right angle. You gotta pay attention to that now. I keep forgetting now that we know. I had no idea he had that. So I wonder if the reason it's so bad, I think didn't Ross think that maybe we could get tattoo removal? I'm wondering if it's just because there's a lot, he always wearing a ring and it's on your hand and you wash it a lot, and if it's just the wear and just where it was at, do you think, or no? And then him wearing maybe a ring over it, or do you think he did try to get it removed? I mean, I know it is light, but that's what first I thought it was the wrong finger or something. I'm like, why?
First Coachella?
Yeah, first Coachella.
Nice,
I just went on stage.
Let's go. How'd it go?
Bro. It was good, man.
Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah, you having fun?
My boy David, bro.
You having a good time?
Yeah, it's good. Who you here to see?
Nope.
I mean, with my fit, bro. It was
really?
So,
Really? Yeah, it's too hot. You gotta wear a lot of flowy shit.
How are you guys?
This is a big streamer right here.
Sick.
Oh, a face streamer.
Sick.
Yeah.
You know, he fuck with y'all tell. That's my dog. Yeah. Phase Up came from Lace Up, which was one of my mixtapes back in the day.
Really?
Yeah.
That's Phase
kind of crazy.
How many years ago was that?
2012.
God damn. Oh.
We've been doing this, dog.
For too long.
We've been doing this.
Great to meet
with
you.
y'all. I think we all.
We're gonna go take a walk.
Hey, just met MGK. Cool. Bob's.
Why didn't you respond to my text?
What? Texted me?
I texted you and I DM'd you on Discord.
Man, I'm nervous about that freaking song being a copyright. I'm not gonna chance it. I don't need to know what they're saying. Even though if you guys remember, he was at David's the one time. There's a bunch of Twitch clips that there was a Twitch live they did, so there's a bunch of Twitch clips when he was it was the Doheny house, not the mansion, the other Doheny, where he was there and David was doing a live stream, and I don't know, he was sitting there with them talking, and I think they played a game or something. But I think that's about it for this relevant to David. There's a few other ones that from Coachella that they're around David. Like I said, I need to. Oh wait, no, I guess there's. I need to find them, and we can watch them next time when I find them.
I went to talk 36 Mafia.
I was gonna talk.
Dude, this is great.
He just hit the fuck out of
I'm taking it. I can't. Talking about his flip. All right, so I don't think he's with David anymore on this vlog. Let me see. No. Oh yeah, I guess right here maybe.
Me and the wallpaper, this shit is mad weird. What's good, buddy? What's up?
Oh, wait, I know that guy.
What's good?
Oh, my God.
I saw you shaking dick. You feel me? Okay, look, give it a buck.
No, he hit the fuck out his head.
No, because the fabric of the thing, my foot slipped. I was like, there it is. I ain't set in my face. Hey, at least you tried that motherfucker.
It's 11:10. Lady Gaga about to.
So regardless, even if this isn't the right year that Celeste went, if we find out it's 2024, regardless, this would have been the first weekend. So this would have been what, 10 days before the murder? And then when he was wearing the yellow outfit, it would have been like 4 days before the murder. Yeah, so he's sitting there watching Lady Gaga with David, or whatever. Jason's watching it with David. Ugh. Sick. Okay. All right. I'll try to find the other ones from Coachella too. We could go through them. But I'm not done, you guys. So the one thing I wanted to go over yesterday and forgot, I'm going to go over it right now. Yeah, my neck is hurting though. Sorry, that's so random. It just started freaking hurting. Hold on, let me see chat. How's chat doing? Oh, who do we got in here? Misha, Momo. Who? Right, yeah. It is VGP. It's going. Yeah, they announced it. It's going to trial. I must have pulled a muscle. It's going to trial. Yes, they're weighing the death penalty right now, so they might even charge the death penalty. But it's going. Yes. And they said they have witnesses, percipient witnesses to his mind state that's relevant to the crime. Or I forgot how you worded it, but yeah, I mean, there's going to be witnesses. He said they have a lot more witnesses, or they have a lot more evidence, but they only have to, show so much just for probable cause. 90 days because he didn't waive his speedy trial, which means for some reason they're like, yep, speedy trial. So basically 90 days. There'll be a trial within 90 days. It's crazy. Oh, thanks, Mo. Isn't that crazy? I don't know, guys. So as far as transcripts, I was gonna order, especially the ones for the days of the text, to read through them. But now after what happened to Ross, I don't even know if it's worth it, because I won't be able to read the text, because I guess I could try, but like he freaking got his video struck just for reading the text. Like, I don't even know if I'd want to risk it. So I haven't ordered. I don't know. I'm holding off on ordering them because what I was gonna do is just order. I wasn't gonna order day 2. I was gonna order for sure Friday because of the text. I wanted to read through them, and then today they went over more. But I don't know. Okay, so I want to go over one more thing. This was posted on Reddit a few days ago. Like I said, I wanted to go over it. Yeah, my last live, and I forgot. But hold on. Okay, so it's this weird thing. Wait, hold on a second. Well, I didn't realize it was that long. Hold on. Just give me 1 minute. All right. Okay. I just thought this was interesting. I saw it the other day. Somebody put this together. I guess I could have just went to the Discord and typed it in, but they have put it together and scrolled it. So, but so they put in. There it is. This David bot, which people suspect could be David, which I'm thinking it is. This David bot. Now look at some of the stuff that this David bot was saying, right? So I'm going to read this. Somebody put together this on Reddit. On the evening of May 8th, 2025, David Bott enters the chat for the first time with a seemingly arbitrary good luck trying to find that place. Ha ha. So this would have been May 8th, which is the day that investigators think the dismemberment took place because it was the day he got the pool. He had all he had everything right there. I think the pool came in that day, right? So, oh, my neck, guys. The day that they think that wait. Hold on. Maybe it was May 5th. I get that mixed up. May 8th or May 5th. Hold on a second. I'm drawing a freaking... Hold on, arrest details. Let me look real quick. I get that. The May 8th and May 5th sometimes. I doubt myself when I start talking about it. Okay, so May 5th. Okay, so no, May 8th is when he returned to Santa Barbara the second time. Okay. So May 1st is when he ordered the 2 chainsaws to his home. Well, April 23rd is the day of the murder. April 24th, he ordered a shovel. May 1st, he ordered 2 chainsaws. May 5th, he ordered a body bag, heavy-duty laundry bag, and blue inflatable pool to his home. So that was the day that they put the dismemberment, that they think, I don't know, they put that as the date of the dismemberment took place. It was probably just to educate a guess on their part. But then on May 8th, he returned to Santa Barbara. Because remember, he went there on the 24th or night of the 23rd into the 24th. Then May 8th, he went back there. And then May 31st, he went back there again. Okay. So May 8th would be after they supposedly, allegedly, he would have dismembered her. by as per the investigators, and the day he would have went back to Santa Barbara the second time to that remote area. So it says more nonsense follows. Others in the chat ignore the new user. In bot fashion, David Bot plugs romantic homicide on Spotify and then something stranger, self-destruction. So then he puts self-destruction. But then David Bot posts decay 6/13/25. The chat users pay attention. They recognize decay from David's previous post and as a title stand in for what would be the deluxe release of Withered album. They discuss that the bot is promoting a release date. Okay, so they're thinking, oh, is this David? And this is another thing I wanted, I wanted to share. Hold on. That day and forgot. Which I'm mad because I forgot these two things the last live. So this actually I guess I'm glad that I did it because I took those videos down. I just thought about that. Dude, what the heck, dude? What did I do to my shoulder? Okay, so they're talking about this right here because remember on April 30th he posted decay on Twitter, decay. And then remember his spamming Discord with decay. Remember he kept putting decay, right? I think that's what he kept spamming the Twitter, if I'm remembering right. Unfortunately, we can't go back because David, the original David account, is banned, so you can't see anything. It shows that he's, suspended or banned or whatever. But so it won't show what he said. Thankfully, a lot of us got a lot of screenshots before that happened. But anyway, so April 30th on Twitter, he posts decay. So, April 30th, 2025, that's 7 days after the murder. He's posting freaking decay, which is sick if you think about it. So then we have, that's why the Discord started being like, oh, paying attention now to this David bot, thinking, oh, is this David? Okay, so this goes through now everything that this bot was posting, which is really interesting. All right. Okay. So it says this is the first one, says, hi, what an amazing song. Farewell, then goodbye. Hi, that's not appropriate. Good luck trying to find that place. Ha ha. So remember, he comes into chat May 8th, which, like I said, is a very interesting date if it is David. What amazing song. And he says Romantic Homicide by David, now playing on Spotify. Self-destruction. And there's some audio too. He releases this audio, which is creepy. I tried to figure out what it was by putting it in reverse and slowing it down. Anyway. So then this David bot says self-destruction, and then it says decay 6/13/25. So that's why they're thinking, oh, is he promoting an album release or some kind of release? So is this David, trying to promote like a date? So June 13th, 25. And then he puts +11 plus, cross my heart .wave, and then shh, which is creepy because, like I said, if this is David, this timing is really creepy because think about what he just did allegedly, and then he's like, it's creepy. Let us slumber until we sprout. Hold on. What, did something else come up? Hold on, did I miss something here? Oh, wait, hold on. So then they post 5/8/25. Will. So Will post this right here. And if you can't see, this is the only thing at being a video because I can't zoom in. Oh yeah, I can. I have it in my editor. Hold on. Hold on a second. So look, if you could see all these decay. So remember I said he was spamming decay and Reddit. So Will shows this on May 8th, 2025. So remember, this is before the news of Celeste being found is out. So nobody knows about this, allegedly. I mean, supposedly, unless if somebody does know. Anyway, he shows that all these decays. David saying, okay, decay, and then he puts on the way. So it's like, oh, was that gonna be the name of the deluxe? And then decay. Decay is the deluxe for withered. This is what Will's saying and showing it, right? On 5/8. So I guess they're just showing, look, on 5/8, he puts that, and then this is when the bot starts coming out saying decay, saying this weird stuff, okay? All right. And then he does the shh. And then let us slumber until we sprout. And then on 5/8, somebody, a deleted user says, stay in the server. Benji said he's aura farming, stop. Deleted user saying, you right? And David bought the person that says stay in the server, David bot responds to that going, shh. That's what this let us slumber till we sprout, fading away from within. And then it says David bot intermittently posts audio file names for various creepy David songs. It begins with what seems like an extended macabre poem that unfolds across multiple days in the chat. Let us slumber until we sprout, fading away from within. These were the last posts from May 8th, 2025. The bot returns the following day, May 9th, 2025, picking up where it left off. Nonsense and decay tonight, decay into nothing. Then it says Houston. Houston, decay, because we know, oh, Houston would already happen. Well, then he has another show in Houston for his actual tour. And then he says tonight, wait, empty the clip dot wave, decay into nothing. And then over here it says David bot or David disappears for 2 days from the chat. May 9th to the 10th, 2025. David is online elsewhere at this time. At the Cat's Eye mukbang, which we watched that in a live together, watched that whole live together, which is interesting because of the timing, you know? May 9th. This would be like right in the middle of, I mean, dismembering, if he did dismember on the 8th, I mean, and he rode up to Santa Barbara on the 8th. Then he would have came back, and I think it was like late at night, right? And just like he stayed up there late at night on the 8th too, and come back to late, I'm guessing, into the morning. I have to look at the time to see if it says. And then he goes and does this Cat's Eye live stream, acting totally normal, right? And guess who's there with him? Rob and Lane. Rob and Lane are there. We see him walking in. So it's like, how did he keep that from him? I just feel like maybe Rob's one of the witnesses that knows something too. So it's just saying decay into nothing, decay 6/13/25. Showing May 10th, 2025 is this picture. Let me make this smaller. Picture of Celeste, Neo, and David. Oh, won't let me make this smaller. Huh. May 10th. Return. Return back. Don't come back. Turn around now. Return back. Deeper than it seems. The bot continues 2 days later on May 11th, 2025. And then the return, all that stuff is repeating what it said. Decay is the quiet betrayal of time, slowly unraveling all things. Beautiful until even memories crumble to dust. Help me, it's so dark. I am inside of a void. Wow. Arise from the ground. You are not alone. And then here's the actual, people responding. It says, help me, it's so dark. I'm inside of you. I'm inside a void. And Maddie says, oh, okay. Ben says, I know who you are. David Amy says, did David lock you in his basement? Arise from the ground, you're not alone. And then he posts this audio. Surprise, run away. Says, still May 11th, user starts to assume the bot is actually David. And it continues, arise from the ground, you are not alone. And then the first actual audio clip, 10 seconds of distorted, hyper sped up music named Where Am I? Help Me. That's the name of it. Where Am I? Help Me, MP3. Surprise, run away. Let us remember who you deceased. That was final post, May 11th, 2025. So we have this audio, which they're going to play. Surprise, run away. Return to dust. Wave. Let's just see. Creepy. Let us remember who you deceased. Like, what? Run. The forest is big. Detach yourself and be free. Keep up with me. Don't fall behind now. And then there's going, basically saying the same thing here. So I don't know why they have it here and here, but the cold is near. You must go and alert others. So they're saying David bot picked up where it left off on May 12th. That's when it's run. The forest is big. Detach yourself. Be free. Keep up with me. Don't fall behind. The cold is near. You must go and alert the others. Run now into nothing, for there will be waiting for your arrival. For there I will be waiting for your arrival. Remember the signs I've been trying to alert you all about. Alert the others. Rebellion begins. And David Bot signs off for May 12th, 2025. And then you see vanish into the forest. Remember the path. So this is May 13th. Vanish into the forest. Remember the path you continue on, where it will lead you. We will be waiting in the woods. Arrive at the given time. We will return to this universe once more. We cannot hide no more. And then here is where the music starts, or the whatever the audio. Weird, huh? Okay, so this says we need to stop and rewind though. Let's go back to that audio clip. So this is the audio that he shared. I think it was on the 11th, right? Yeah, May 11th. Where am I? Help me. May MP3. That's right. Where am I? Help me. So it's so fast, right? So this person, I think, is when they slow it down. Slowed down. So this person slowed down, applied pitch correction and audio filters to try to make what sounds like voices clear. Still very muddy, and transcription is accordingly subjective. That being said, the most distinct word in the audio to my ears is a female voice pleading why near the end of the track. What do you hear? Well, listen to this, what they did, and then I did a reverse and I slowed it down. I try to get out like voices, and so let's play this first. It says the other audio files added by David Bott are musical ideas and song clips that tease the deluxe album release and possible new music. There's one additional outlier, a curious voice message file that continually cuts out and is extremely distorted. Attempts to clean up the audio were fruitless. Maybe other sleuths with more advanced audio engineering can do more. The remainder of this video is a scroll of the remaining posts by David Bott without any annotations or commentary. The slowed and filtered version of Where Am I, Help Me will repeat. Well, I think he's. I don't know. You want me to stop it? Yeah, I don't know. It's like the same thing. Sorry, I shouldn't have played it. I was just playing it because I didn't know if maybe somebody could make out something in it, but I feel like Zeke even heard it through my earphones because he's like sat up and looks like really uncomfortable. Hey, Bob, are you okay? I don't know. But there is a part where you could hear a voice. It might be at the end. That's why I kind of want to see. Hold on. Let's see. Because it's almost over here. Let me see. 124. But like, okay, if this really is indeed David, the type of person he is he would put something in there real, I feel like. So could this be like something that's like really real in there, but it's mixed with a bunch of stuff where it's like hard to tell? So I reversed it and then I tried to like pull out. I guess I just realized I didn't do it for the whole thing where I could have the voice thing. But is it this one? Hold on a second. So this is what I did. This is mine. What I did was that, you know how they slowed it down? It was really fast and then they slowed it down. Well, I guess I just didn't slow it down as much. I did it like different way, like slowed it down a little bit of a different amount. And then I did take some voices. I have all the voices in here though. Like I have everything in there, but I was trying to separate if there's anything I could separate out of it. But this is it all together here. That small, like real fast thing. So I slowed it down. So I feel like with that, what I did to it, where I didn't slow it down as much, I feel like you can kind of hear. I feel like it's like almost like he chopped it up so much where he freaking just like this is my guess what it sounds like. It's like really him singing. I feel like you can kind of hear it, right? And especially the one I just played. And I think he just cut off parts of it. So it's only like syllables of like not like a full word of stuff, where he just mixed it up, and maybe it's even in order, but he would cut off a lot of it and just add them together, so it's a bunch of like syllables. If that does that make sense? That's what I'm thinking. So I don't know if we'll ever be able to make out anything, because he didn't leave enough, I feel like. But then when you reverse it, hold on. Hold on a second. Okay. Well, first of all, here's like some of the stuff you could. It didn't really. I mean, it's nothing. It sounds just as bad, but I took like just kind of layered out. This is one of the layers in it. And here's another one. It almost sounds like he's saying fee fi fo right here. Right? Here. I don't know. I don't know. And then this was reverse. We won't listen to the whole thing, but I try to reverse it because I'm like, is it in reverse? So I'll reverse it, but it still doesn't make sense. This is it reversed. But see, that's them. Hold on, that's theirs. I don't know what they like slowed it down way too much. Where you can't make out. Sometimes when you slow things down too much, it makes it worse. So hold on, let me go to the fast part. Hold on 1 second. This is it reversed, and we'll probably have to slow it down though. Wait. That's not the right part. Yeah, that's never mind. That's not the fast part. Hold on. It might be this. Yeah, hold on. This is the fast part reversed. Yeah, so it's not in reverse. It's not what it is. I think he just took out the like a bunch of chunks out of him singing. So he's just like stupid. So yeah, I don't know. It's creepy though. But oh Bubba's. Let's see what else he wrote. I'll go fast. The part when it was playing, what did he write in here? Let's see. What did David Bot send? Okay. Now look how creepy. I'm gonna mute it. Hold on. So we don't have to hear that anymore. And let's just see what he wrote. Run. Double album, butterfly knives wave, devil at my neck. Talk to me. I need you to talk to me. Every time we talk, it's like I'm forcing you to stay, but nothing makes you happy, so I have nothing to say. And then there's an audio, and it says run, return, snippet on the way. It's gotta be David, right? World on fire wave. And then another audio. I'm gonna go see if I could find like these on Discord. I'm not finding the David Bot for some reason. Decay. Nobody loves me. Dog. Or wait, empty the clip on your new girlfriend, please, dog. Foshizzy. Y'all, I can't. Do you guys think that this is him? Or I'm sorry, I feel like I'm boring some of you guys. I lost a lot of people. Probably that music. Well, I just felt bad stopping it because I'm like, well, what if somebody wants? If you got, there's people that want to hear it to see if there's anything in there, but there, I don't think there is. I think he just put a bunch of mush. Like it was a real thing, like I said, and he took out so much you can't even make it out. I'm not seeing enough movement. Wonder who this is a picture of. I have no idea. And this is another reason I thought this is David, because remember the Discord messages I went over where he was talking about I did a whole video on it about him being asexual. I am asexual, please don't. Then and I don't know who that is. And then listen to Withered on Spotify and Apple Music. Nothing. It says, remember, Kevin McAllister could have phoned the police at any time. He was a child who accidentally been left alone. One call and he would have been safe, but it was. But it was. And then look, this is him up on the counter. You know what this reminds me of? You remember the Epstein clip where he's chasing her around the kitchen? Why does it, I don't know why this reminds me of that. Just seeing that right here reminds me of that video of him. You guys know what I'm talking about? And then he says, man. Oh, thank you, Pattern Files. Yeah, let me see what you said. Anyone think it's weird he literally right before his album came out and performed well? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, that's interesting. Wait, you don't want me to go through the rest of what this says, you guys? Is that, you're not interested in that? Or was it just the audio? Anyway, he says, man, my turn then. Let's get it. Nah. That feeling. Oh, wait, hold on. Shoot. Hold on. That feeling when knee surgery is tomorrow. No, he says that, Kalohi. Asexual, too. The message is. Way back, I think in it was Discord. I did a video on it where he claims that he was. Don't you remember? And then later on they say, like, talking about how Matt, was it Maddie or Kylie? Kylie changed you from that. Do you remember? So no, he did. He claimed he was. So I do think it's him. Anyway, and then it says, all right, peace, I'm out. I'll be back teasing you. I'm Cardi at the moment. Can't keep anything down. That's on me, though. I love you. I love you all. Yeah, it's definitely David. Oh, no, he's not, obviously. I see what you're saying. I'm not saying he is. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying he said he was. I see what you're saying. No, he's definitely not. I agree. Bye. Yeah. And I don't know why he wanted people to think that. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you want people to think that if you're not? That's weird in itself. Like, not being that, but I mean, like, to lie about it. Then he says, yo, peace. Summer gonna be a good season for us. Yeah, but fall's not gonna be very good for you, buddy. Take me to the sun. Oh, you're going to the sun. Yep, you're going where it's just as hot as the sun, buddy. You're gonna get your wish. What is your all favorite song off Withered so far? Let me know for a prize. I think she knows. Like, I think she knows. I don't know what that number is. Huh. Into darkness we retreat. Darling, I need to know. Video. You're so heartless. Is Kanye a reference? I don't know. You're the heartless. Remember our roots. Oh, Kalohi, yeah, that's true. Remember 2:30, baby, won't you meet my by the bean? Okay, and he has remember our roots and run, return, wave. Nobody loves me. Not or we dashed out of the woods, lungs burning, not daring to look back. Time seemed to exist only in the heartbeats as we ran towards something forgotten. The forest cracked. Are you ready? Love is. I'm not going to finish that right now. The unalive. Kylie was that mod for Discord. I miss you. Victoria. One of his fake names that he used to order the burn cage and possibly the flight ticket to London. Wait, why did that go? Hold on a second. Why did that like skipped or something? I'm confused. Oh, okay. Kylie and Victoria death, and then it's okay. I see they did that. Our story's just beginning for real, y'all. Y'all the best. I love you all. Beneath the soil, all silence stays. Bones cradle the whispers of forgotten days. What once bloomed bright now turns to gray, feeding the roots in slow decay, decay, decay. Remember the story. Inhales where whispers fade. 444. Four echoes like a hollow prayer. Each digit a step in silence, drawing us deeper into decay's cold stare. Whisper into my ears softly. Snippet on the way now. So long. Goodbye. What is the meaning of life if we all just die? All right. Gosh darn pretty. Pretty. I hate my life. I hate when everything goes right. I hate the feeling that I get when there's no feeling left. DFW yeet. I don't know. Can y'all lock? Never mind, we good. I'm out for the night, y'all. To skibbity riz toilet paper. Peace. Return gets 57%. Run gets 43%. All right, now we out. Ban. That creepy photo where it looks like he has one red eye. And then he says, yeah, nah, hole on. Who responsible for this? Question mark. Yeah, WTF or WTV. Apple Music sing function. All I'm say to you, you shouldn't have that. You still shouldn't have that. Where did you get it from? David's bot pool 4444 has closed. The winner has returned. Was returned. Weird. I don't know. I find that odd. Maybe I wasted your guys' time. Or no, I didn't waste your time because I thought it was interesting, but maybe you guys were bored by it. I apologize. Maybe I was right to forget to play it last live. I thought it was interesting. I guess the music was I shouldn't have had that play as long. But I thought what some of the stuff that he was saying was interesting. It's like, what the heck? What's this? I forget. Um oh, um this. So I just want to remind, here's some of the posts. Oh my lord. That Asia made, the ones that she like posted like directly on her page. She said that this investigation is ongoing. I will speak on things when I can and feel ready. Please respect my privacy and allow for the police to do their job. So these were way back. She posted some of this. And she said, for legal and safety reasons, I do not feel comfortable talking about the case. I will speak about it in due time. In the meantime, I suggest you don't believe everything you see online. And then, since people are being super disrespectful, I will clarify some things. I did not know the girl nor her age. May she rest in peace. Huh. I mean, was she at Coachella with Burke's circle of friends, which would be who? Or even if it was Burke's performances. I have never posted any video with Celeste Rivas, only my friends Vanessa Celeste Herrera, who are commonly mistaken as Celeste Rivas. Everyone wants to act like TikTok detectives, yet can't tell the difference between POC. Let's pack it up, y'all. That was some of her posts that she had posted in the past. So I'm just curious if it's gonna be like maybe she is a witness because David confided in her and stuff, or she saw something, but maybe she really didn't. I mean, she did say she met Celeste once, but I guess we'll find out. I'm guessing because it seems like they did a pretty thorough job. So we'll see what she said about how, like, were we gonna find out she hung out with her a lot, or maybe it was just once? I don't know. What if it's like two witnesses that were not on our radar that he's talking about? They're percipient witnesses. What if it's like two people we never even heard of? And then I don't know. It's crazy. I wanted to look up one more thing here to see if Reddit has anything going. Let's see here. Uh yeah. Oh, well, let me put this up again since I had to take my video down from yesterday. I want to hold on, put this back up again because I think it's important. Hold on. This right here. This hold on, let's see. All right. This right here, where she says, David, can I please have 10 bands? And then he posts this, and it's obviously a real conversation between two people, which now I believe is him and Celeste, or Celeste and David. She says, how many racks can I have? And he does the Hail of Angel face or whatever. She says, give me 10 bands right now. And he sends her 9,000. So it's 9 bands. And he says, I can't stop falling for her. And he says, I'm 1,000 short, but who cares? And you see 131, 2024 is when this was posted. And January, was it the 8th? I think sometime in January is when he apologizes because he's asking her to get another I'm scared to even say words now because of YouTube. It's crazy. Even though the thing is if you could get a human to review it, you know it'd be okay. But where you basically talked her into getting rid of, you know, getting rid of her baby if she. So he pays her. Remember the one he even labeled what could be a code word for that we could use for that word? Because I'm feeling that might be a word that is a trigger. I don't know. Shoot. What words do people use for that? Because I feel like that's one that could really, even though I'm not condoning it, I'm just talking. We're just trying to educational news reporting. It's what I'm doing. Not condoning it. Not promoting these acts. Just reporting on them for educational purposes. Because remember, he said it was a present for Operation. Would that be a good? No, because people are going to get confused. Operation as in Operation Awesome, which is them basically kidnapping. But Schmortion, I guess. That's so crazy that we can't even educate because the AI will get us, and then YouTube's too busy to really look at our videos. So it's so ridiculous. But yeah, a procedure done where he basically says, this is your gift for having a procedure done. Remember, I'm talking about the purse thing where it was a different time where he's like, it's your procedure. Yeah, it's your termination. Well, then people are going to think it's like firing. It's your procedure present. Okay. And he said, what do you want? And remember, she wants that Birkin teardrop or whatever purse. That was a whole different one. But then so sometime in January, he asked her basically she needs to have another procedure. So it lines up with him giving her this $9,000, right? So you know that's why he's trying to keep her quiet. Like, here, I'll just, okay, yeah, like you're gonna do that. I'll just give you this, to try to, keep her doing what he wants her to do. So it's just right around the same time. Yeah, that's what that is. And then, like I said, in other later texts, he talks about, he actually labels it a procedure gift where he's going to get her a Birkin for it, which is like a what, over $2,000 purse for, just sick. And then it just breaks my heart when she's like, please don't make me have another one. Like, don't get me, oh, this guy is so much worse than I thought. Justice for Celeste. Justice. We're on step 2, guys. We're on step 3. We have a David being arrested. Step 1. Step 2, trial. They succeeded in probable cause, so we should go into trial. Step 3 is the conviction. I know it's because of YouTube. I have a feeling that's going to be a trigger word, and like they're taking people's videos down because of AI. And that's the crazy thing. It's AI is filtering out, and they're saying, ooh, this is we sensed all these words. And then YouTube's so busy that when you appeal, they're not the ones looking at it. They just run it through AI again, and AI comes out with the same results. And it sucks because they act like we're promoting this stuff, and we're not. If they would just listen, we're saying, no, this is horrible. But then you get struck because you're promoting. No, we're not promoting. What are you talking about? It's not fair because they don't have enough help to get somebody to really look through something. Like, the minute the human looks through, if it's not AI, learn any normal person would look through these videos and see that none of these people are promoting it. There's all education, talking, not promoting it, saying it's bad, making people aware of it, but just saying the word now, saying the words, the AI clicks them and we're screwed. So yeah, it sucks. It sucks. It's scary. It's freaking scary because these, like, a lot of this is our livelihoods that we could lose in 1 second for doing absolutely nothing because the AI hears these words out of context. No, I don't think so. Anyway, my point is, this is what that was for. You know it. I bet he did it every time. Like, oh, here you go, honey. And you know what he's really saying is, keep your mouth shut. Here you go. Ugh. What else? I want to see if there's, oh, that's what I was going to look up to see if Reddit has anything that, oh, what's this? Let's watch this. I think this is a different one. I know we saw them, the family lawyer come out and say something that second day, I think it was. This looks like this is actually from today. Let's see. I haven't heard it yet, but remember TMZ was talking about them saying, let's see if this is the one that part of the TMZ was talking about. Hold on.
Your coverage, they haven't appeared before the media. They're very private individuals, and so they hope that you understand that even though they haven't appeared before the media, that they're grateful for the media's continued coverage and keeping Celeste's name in the news. The defense attorneys brought up some evidence that was deemed inadmissible at this preliminary hearing. They made allegations that didn't have any evidentiary basis, including the assertion that Celeste may have committed suicide or that Celeste was violent. And I personally found that very disturbing. It seems that the defense attorneys are stopping at nothing in an attempt to discredit the prosecution's evidence, and the family was horrified that the defense attorneys brought up evidence to put the blame on a 14-year-old child. I want you to remember February 17th, 2024, that is when Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy did a welfare check on the home of David Anthony Burke and informed David that Celeste Rivas was 13 years old. David Anthony Burke has taken the position that Celeste said she was 18. He didn't know she was a child, but he knew because he was told in February of 2024 that Celeste was only 13 years old. This is a strict liability crime, meaning that if he's 18 and she's 13 and they're having sexual relations, that is automatically a crime. He does not have a defense. However, he had direct knowledge of Celeste's age and continued in their sexual relationship. So I find it abhorrent that the defense attorneys are trying to put any blame whatsoever on this young child. David Anthony Burke is known for a song called Romantic Homicide, and only a sick, disturbed mind like David Anthony Burke would think that that a homicide is romantic. Thank you very much.
Yeah, February. So he said February 17th because that's when they went. So yeah, he can't. I mean, he can't say he didn't know. He can't say that he didn't continue that relationship. Let's say, oh, well, I didn't know, even though it's still a crime. But he continued it after he knew, and they have proof that he knew because they have him on video saying, telling him they no, her age. So justice for Celeste, David. You're not getting away with it. And I have a feeling they're going to do the death penalty. And then it's just he is so much more evil than I thought he was. I always thought it was horrible, but the more I'm learning about it, it's like he is so much worse than what I thought. That he's sick. And I don't understand, like, do you think he's sitting there thinking he has any chance? There's no way. Like, how can he even think that he has any chance? Like, after seeing now what they have, do you think like he thinks that? I wonder. I suspect he will. Are you saying take a plea deal? Is that what you're saying? That's what I'm wondering. Like, now that he sees, and if they do, go with the death penalty, then that they could use that to help. Like, if he wants to, okay, take a deal, take the death penalty off the table, take a deal, plead guilty. It could be a possibility. There'll be no trial, but I mean, I'm glad we got a preliminary hearing where we got to. I mean, I know it wasn't video, but we had some good reporters in there that informed us what was going on and stuff. So we got to kind of see what the evidence that they have. So, I won't be mad. Like, as long as he does the time and he's in there for the rest of his life, and justice is served, and he pleads guilty, like, to me, and the family's okay with that. He's convicted, justice. I think either way would be justice, in my opinion. As long as he never gets to see the light of day and he's in there for the rest of his life, I feel like that's. I won't be upset about that. I know some people will, but I feel like, especially if the family's okay with that, and he gets life without parole. To me, I know there's different opinions on that, but to me, I feel like life in prison is justice in my eyes. I feel like your whole life, no parole, is justice, is just as much justice as the death penalty, in my opinion. I feel like they're both justice, You don't think though, Casey, if let's say they do decide to go with the death penalty and his lawyer, goes and be like, hey, is there any deal? You don't think they would offer just to not have to put in all the money towards, the hearing and get and for sure have a conviction, and he pleads guilty, he admits it, pleads guilty. You don't think they would offer if the family and everybody's okay with it? Yeah. Well, I mean, either way, if they take it to trial, I don't see any other conviction but guilty. I mean, I feel really confident that he'll be convicted either way, but I just won't be mad either way if he pleads guilty or if they go to trial and he gets convicted. Yeah, that's what I think too. I do. I think they would too. And then her parent, but the thing is, Hope, then her parents won't have to go through the trial. If that, it would, I feel like it could be an okay solution. They wouldn't have to go through that trial and hear all this horrible stuff, and all the appeals and stuff. So it could potentially, I mean, there's pros and cons to both sides. So well, we're on the right road, guys. Trial, they met probable cause. So um how can he deny that money? Are you serious? I don't know. It doesn't sound like it from everything so far. What do you guys think about Brian Kohlberger trying to take back his guilty plea? Isn't that crazy? The thing with Brian, though, there's so many people out there that think he's innocent on the Idaho case. It's crazy. I don't. I mean, I think he is guilty and they got the right guy, but there's a lot of like creators out there that don't think that. And I think he's probably hearing that from like people on the outside. People probably telling him like, "Oh, I think you have a chance." They're giving him some of the theories or how much support he has. And so he's like, I think he's thinking, "Huh, maybe I have a chance." Yeah, no way, no way. That's why I'm just like, nope, I don't even want. I'm so sick of that. Like, as far as, dude, I don't even know if he goes to trial, I don't even know if I want to watch that. He makes me sick. But that's a different case. So, what's denied? It was denied, Mayhem. Let me see. Mila's mom, you sent me that screenshot. Let me send it to my phone. And where did you get that screenshot? Wait, what is that? Oh, see, I'm leery about the new songs that come out. I just don't. Okay, hold on. Let me read this. Is that the same thing that you sent me that was typed up, Mila's mom? Hold on. I have to send it to my email so I could put it up on the screen though. But is it the same thing? And it's just written out? Hold on, let me send it. Or let me show you guys the Brian Kohlberger now. I'm talking about a different case, but I just want to show you because I don't have anything else on the David. I have to find some of the files that, because I want to go through some Coachella stuff, but I have to go back and find something because that person took it down, the one that I'm thinking of that that I had watched, months ago. I don't see it up anymore, but I know I downloaded it, so I'm gonna try to look for that stuff. Man, my phone's about to die. Shoot. All right, hold on. I sent it to me. Oh, it's slightly different. Okay, let's read the written one. This is what Kohlberger is writing, I guess. Thanks, Mayla's mom, for sending that. Wait a minute. That's not what I meant to send to me. What the heck did it send? Oh, it didn't send it yet. Hold on. Let me send them separate. Because sometimes when I send stuff together, I don't get it. So if you guys haven't seen this yet, I just hold on. It's if you're can you follow the Koberger case? 1 second, I'll read this. I hope it's my email's not going to do once in a while. Oh, okay. I got it. All right. All right. Let's see what we got here. A little wind down with Koberger. He makes me sick too. I don't know who makes my blood boil more. All right, let me pull this up. Wait, what are you saying? Okay, let's see what we got. Let me edit. Crop my. I see you have my thing pulled up. My page. All right. Just crop it. Okay, so you guys, let's read what good old, not good old. You know, I don't want to. No, I don't want to use that in the same sentence. Okay, let's see what Brian Koberger wrote. Wait. All right. Brian Koberger, being first duly sworn on oath, deposes and says, "It is hereby declared that during attorney-client discussions, most of which included all members of Brian Koberger's immediate family, petitioner was convinced to falsely confess to capital murder and felony burglary by coercion, disinformation, false promises, and the withholding of exculpatory discovery. The following is material to the inception of the plea. Counsel's failure to inform petitioner of exculpatory discovery received during plea discussions. The counselor's failure to inform petitioner of exculpatory discovery received during plea discussions, namely clumps of unknown hair found in Ethan Chapin's hands, as well as a failure to further inquiry. Petitioner was convinced that actual guilt was not an important factor in considering plea acceptance. Death row was imminent and advised to lie. Petitioner was to gain a legal victory in entering a false plea. A gross misrepresentation of and promises regarding what a life sentence would immediately afford petitioner, and a gross misrepresentation of death row in Idaho, including an elaborate fabricated story of counsel's horrific experience touring an actual 8x10 something. So she said, wow, he's saying misrepresentation of death row, an elaborate fabricated story of counselor's horrific experience touring in an 8x8 death. I'm sure it's going to say death row cell, all communicated to petitioner and his family, allegedly by IDOC through counsel, thus constituting threats and promises made to seduce, I don't know, a plea agreement. Entice a plea agreement. I was looking at right here, but I guess it's wow. But I don't understand though, because you take the plea and you have to make all these promises that you won't go back on it. I don't understand how people could then go back on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, induce. Oh, induce a plea agreement and tell you. Oh yeah. It's a I. But then that looks like a T. It doesn't matter. It means we get what it means. So yeah, it's bullcrap. It's making me mad because, dude, it wasn't that. Where you at? Tandy Kane. Like, I have to go back and read, but wasn't one of the things is that he can't go back on it? And like no appeals and stuff when then he was able to try to appeal. I don't understand that, because if those words don't mean anything and you could do all that stuff that you promised that you won't do if in the plea deal, and then you're able to do it, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, you shouldn't be able to do that, right? And then here's this other thing that he wrote, I guess, thanks to Mayla's mom sent it to me. Thank you. I would have not even have been aware of this because I'm so out of the loop on this case. So here's another thing that he wrote. Over a year later, it is self-evident that in State versus Koberger, justice was not served. Unanswered questions seem to multiply with each piece of discovery unsealed, and the public demands the truth. This is him writing this, right? Unfortunately, the truth shall never be derived from the state's myopic narrative. A work of fiction which has yet to evolve since the PCA was released nearly 4 years ago. And its faulty premises were never challenged at trial. Circumnavigated by a broken plea, the trial never provided the public the clarity conducive to closure, and justice shall remain abjectly miscarried unless the plea is withdrawn. I hereby declare my intention to enter a not guilty plea and welcome the state the opportunity to prove their case at trial, as well as to, again, file for the death penalty. My actual innocence is my truth, and the plea hinged on my false promises and blatant disinformation must be withdrawn. Thank you for all who believe in my innocence and continue to critically analyze the case. I send my love to my family who have never wavered in their belief in who I am, their belief in my innocence. So he's being fed how he's got this big group of supporters and he's hearing about it. So he's like, shoot. And they're trying to point out all this stuff saying he's innocent, right? So he's hearing about that. So he's like, oh, shoot, I might have another chance. Oh, gosh. It's just, yeah, I hope he doesn't. I'm sorry. I don't think he's innocent. I don't, but oh, let me see what Tandy said. Did you answer, Tandy? That was likely part of the plea agreement. Court had to ascertain that he was making the plea willingly and knowingly. but wait, who they said right after that it was against his constitutional right to promise that. Who said after that? What are you saying? But they said right after that it was against his constitutional right to promise that. Yeah. That would be what it was then too, huh? Huh. I don't know. I don't remember seeing or saying that it was hair that wasn't his. Is there proof of that? That case just kind of makes me annoyed because what he did was so horrific that it kind of makes me sick that he has people that are supporting that. I know they're not supporting that because they think he's innocent, but I don't know. I guess everybody, I mean, people have different opinions. I just like the people that think he's innocent, Brian Koberger. I mean, they come at people that think he's guilty saying, oh, where's the, all this faulty evidence, or there's not enough evidence or whatever. But then I turn that around on you and show me a big, strong case against who you think it is and compare it to the evidence we have against Brian, the evidence you have against whoever, and see what you're saying. I mean, you know what I'm saying is that you're going to say that that's way more stronger of a case than Ryan's. I mean, that evidence would be way more faulty and holy, and I don't know. All his meals have a nice 12 meal. Sometimes he doesn't get part of his breakfast and it's only an 8x8 cell. That's what I heard on that motion. Counsel told him he would get all of his meals and have a nice 12x12 cell. And sometimes he doesn't get part of his breakfast and it's only an 8x8 cell. That's what I heard on that motion. Wait, is that what it? Hold on a second. I'm going to read that part over. Did he say that 8x8? No, I mean, what they're saying is he's saying that they kind of tricked him. He's saying, like, well, his counsel told him that touring the 8x8 death row cell was this horrific experience. So they kind of tricked him, like, oh my God, it's so horrible, saying it's a misrepresentation. I don't know. But that's what it is. I mean, you're not wrong in these, not all the complaints he had about like food and this and that. It's like you're in jail. Like, what were you expecting? Like, were you thinking because like this was like such a well-known case, you were gonna get like special privileges or whatever? Yeah, he's yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's all I have to say about him. I don't really have much to say about him. I think he's guilty, and he's not he's realizing how horrible it is in there, and he doesn't know what to do, so he's trying to grasp at anything, right? I'm sorry, I don't think his family thinks he's innocent. I don't think so. I think deep down they know, in my opinion. His sister, I think they all know, but they're trying to support him. Um, I'm trying to find. Let me see something. That David bot. I was trying to find it in Discord, but it's not there anymore. It's only bringing up people like mentioning David bot. If I try to find the actual David bot, I can't find it. And I know David, his profile got removed where you can't read. You can read that when he comments, but you can't read what it says because he's got it banned. But the David bot isn't banned, so I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to look through. I haven't been through Discord in a minute because that one chunk of time I spent so much time going through it all, screenshot and putting it together to read a bunch of videos. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Here, let me do. Hold on a second. Let me share my playlist, and then I should do a playlist. Hold on. View playlist. I'm gonna do the playlist where. Hold on. Okay. Let's start to plus more. Some of my Discord videos I was gonna put. Here. Let me put it in a playlist, and just with those, the Discord, I have the Celeste timeline Discord part 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I think. Yeah, and then some of the other Discord. I want to add one more thing to this. And then I'll share the playlist because I was gonna like go through them and compile them and re-release them, but they're right there. You just have to remember that they were uploaded last year or whatever. So if things in between, I'm saying things that are outdated in between, but the Discord is the Discord. So most of the time I'm just reading the Discord. But here's my normal playlist with all my David videos if you guys want to check it out. And then after I get off here, I'm going to finish putting together the playlist of just all my Discord. And then if you guys want to check that out. But here is, I have 112 of, now it'll be like 113 videos of for David. The only thing is though, now that I've been doing the vertical and horizontal, I was gonna just put one of them, but I think I ended up I'm putting both of them in there because I know some people like horizontal and some people put like vertical. So I don't know. There'll be doubles. Hi Bob, what's up? Kelly. Trash Panda Mom. How long have I been on? 3 hours and a half. All right, I'm gonna go. Oh, the trash bag. I wanted to bring that up too. Yeah, I forgot to bring that up where one of the pieces of evidence was a trash bag that had 4 people's DNA. One was David's. So there's 2, what did they say, 2 males and 2 females or something? So I think I have to look back, but there was one that was David, so there'd still be 1 male and I think maybe 2 female DNA left. But they said the bag that had those 4 DNA didn't have Celeste DNA on it. So I'm a little bit confused. I do want a little bit more information on what was that bag used for. I think the bag had like the wipes that had like the blood on them, but it was like a bag over top from what I understood, like, you know, they double bagged it, a bag over top. But I don't know. I don't know what that means as far as like, I'd need to know a little bit more about that. Could it just be like a roll that was maybe somebody that put the trash bag in the thing, or was it, did somebody help, or did somebody take the trash out, didn't even know what was in it? I mean, who knows? There could be a bunch of explanations. I don't know if they figured out whose DNA, because if they're not in the system, I don't know if they asked some of David's friends to give their DNA or not. I don't know. So there, that might not even be answered whose DNA it is. Let me try to find that. Where did, who, hold on. I gotta find that. I think it was 2 days ago. It was definitely before the weekend. Shoot, I can't remember. Where, oh, I put in TikTok instead of Twitter. Shoot, hold on. I can't remember who was, I think Salome talked about it. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can just see something really quick. Um, so that would have been like 2 days ago, right? For July. I don't know. Well, I'm not going to sit here and look for it because I'm live. And if I sit there and look for it, you guys are just sitting here. I don't know, even know where I found it. I have to go back because it would be from before the freaking weekend. So, but yeah, it was DNA that wasn't David's or Celeste's. And I think there's one male because one was him. And then so there's another male and then I think two females. Hold on, maybe if I go, let me try something to find it real quick. I might be able to find it. Yeah, here. This might be it. July 24th. What is today? 20. Sorry, I'm just trying to scroll through and see if I could find the actual person that was there. DNA Celeste was separate. Here, I found it. I found it. I found it. Yes, Lauren. Okay, so here's what she posted. You know me, I don't give up. I don't. I feel like I just sometimes it's not a, sometimes it's a curse because I should on certain things and I'll just keep doing it because I can't stop till I find it. Anyway, okay. So it says this was day 3. Multiple bloodstain items tested positive for DNA consistent with Celeste. A separate black trash bag contained DNA from 4 individuals, including 2 males, one of whom was consistent with David, like I said, and Celeste DNA was not detected on that bag. So, which means there'll be David's DNA, another male's, 2 other females. Wasn't Celeste. So we're looking for 2 females and a male. And I'm trying to think where I saw where it said it was the trash bag that had I think Sloan said that it was the trash bag that had the wipes with the blood on it that looked brown, I guess, and it tested positive. Yeah, with the blood. You can safe to say it was with blood. So, but it was like a bag that, they double bagged or triple bagged or whatever. So it was one of the bags over top. So, let me see if this has anything on it. I don't know. Okay, here it is. Okay. Tosh also testified that the hand wipes with the brown stains produced a single source female DNA profile. Oh, hold on. So with the wipes is single source DNA profile consistent with Celeste, and Burke was excluded as a contributor. This one might not say. Okay, so I'm just trying to see if it's anything else about that bag. What were we? Oh, I know how we got it. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try to find that Sloan video that he says where it was at, or what it was from. There's case of trial. Are you going to try to make a test? Oh, let's watch this real quick. Huh, I haven't watched any of this. I know when I was going live, I was watching it all, but let me watch some of this. Sloan.
Piece of evidence that we're getting from the courtroom is that you guys know how David and Celeste took a trip to London. They also took a trip to Texas. Well, it's illegal for David to go and take a minor out of the country without consent, right? Well, guess what, people? It actually turns out that Celeste's parents did sign this travel consent form, so they knew that she was going to London with David. Now, this is just mind-blowing to me because I've been having the understanding that like Celeste's parents were trying to control the situation and ultimately lost control, which led to her death. But hearing that they did sign off on this document to go and send their daughter across the seas to the UK is a red flag, because clearly there were adults who were aware of this relationship, not just David's mom and David's parents and David's brother and David's friends, but also Celeste's parents were aware of this trip. I wish I knew a little bit more about what they were told about this, or if they knew what they were signing. But this is David's defense again, trying to make this point that the relationship wasn't as secret as everyone's making out to be, and that he's not a criminal for taking her out of the country. Rather, he got permission to do so. Another disturbing piece of evidence that we're getting from the courtroom is that you guys know how David and Celeste took a trip to London. They also took a trip to Texas. Well, it's illegal for David to go and take a minor out of the country without consent.
This is day 5 of the David trial, and here's everything that you need to know. So on Friday, Detective Farrell went and took the stand.
Another disturbing some updates for you guys. So we're learning a little bit more about David and Celeste's relationship, and towards the end of their relationship, things were not good. So David performed at Coachella in April 2025, and he had some friends with him. Meet Aysia Collins. If you guys have been following me on YouTube, you know who Aysia is. Well, Celeste became very, very jealous of Aysia. She did not like that she was at Coachella and did not like their friendship or whatever the romantic relationship was becoming. This was a big deal for Celeste, and this is why David and her were fighting. I mean, it was bad. Celeste was really upset. Supposedly, she was threatening to kill David, and she was really jealous, just assuming that he was cheating on her with Aysia. What defense is trying to make a point of is that Celeste was actually asking David to meet up because she wanted to meet up with David and talk about what had been going on between them. So you guys know the story is that David lured Celeste to his home in the Hollywood Hills. Well, it turns out at least Celeste wanted to meet up with him. And I guess maybe defense is trying to blame her for the meetup. They also wanted to point out that there is zero footage of Celeste actually arriving at David's home. Again, trying to present this story that like Celeste could have done it to herself or that someone else did this to her. Yet they had David's home, phone, Tesla, and everything else. Got some updates for you guys. So we're learning a little bit more about David and Celeste's relationship.
So wait, so Celeste wasn't at Coachella 2025? So is he saying she was jealous that because they were all there and she was getting jealous why they were there and she was there too? But I'm thinking no, because I thought the jealousy was something he was with her and she wasn't there, right? So maybe she wasn't there in 2025. I mean, it could go either way. He's saying she got jealous because David was with Aysia and Coachella. But we got to remember there's 2 weekends at Coachella. So maybe one weekend she was there and one she wasn't. But now, after hearing that, that's probably what it was. So she probably wasn't there one of the times. Maybe she wasn't even there 2025. She's arguing with David about it. That was a mockery. That's convincing me even more that was a mockery about you asked your friends to go or whatever. Don't ask your friends or whatever. So they were doing that purposely because that's probably what Celeste was saying, like I said. So that definitely was. What was it again that they said here? Let me find it again. Let me play this next one.
David's defense team is
I'm nervous. If he reads the text with the way YouTube, I'm not going to change.
Let's talk about how David's team is trying to argue these.
Hold on. I wanted to play this one right here.
As the judge is sending this to trial, I'm curious if Celeste's family or David's family will be testifying. I mean, we learned a lot about Celeste's family and their connection to David today. He would go to church with them. They approved of him taking their daughter to London. So we thought that was something illegal he did. I guess he got consent from the parents. We also learned that her sister partied with David in Vegas when he opened up for SZA. So clearly, Celeste's family had a relationship with him, which makes this even more complicated. I thought that maybe the parents knew of him but didn't really know him, but it sounds like he spent time with the family. And I'm curious if Colleen Burke will be testifying as well. I have a good feeling she will because she was aware that her son at 18 years old was hooking up, I don't even like to call it hooking up, statutoring with a 13-year-old. She clearly knew that they were doing it and she let it happen in her home, allegedly in Texas. Now remember, we've got 3 different charges that are going to be tried in this trial. First degree murder with special circumstances, so lying in wait, luring Celeste to the home. Also the financial gain aspect because he wanted to get.
Okay, I just wanted to play a part of that to see. I thought because it was labeled Celeste's family and David's family testifying in trial, so he was just kind of pondering that. Okay, so. But I'm pretty sure I watched his video when he talked about that. It was the bag that was over the bag. At least that's what he said. That had the wipes. Okay. So hopefully we'll get maybe more details about that in the future. But I want to bring this up again. Because this I do now 100% think it's about them.
Okay.
Not this.
Chrome to the dome.
Don't invite your friends. So they're just mocking her, yeah, because she's mad because she's fighting with David about him being with Aysia at Coachella. So they're mocking her because like they're claiming we're just friends. Don't invite your friends. Don't invite your friends. Whether it's something Celeste said or they're just like mocking her for getting mad and arguing about him being with his friend at Coachella. So they're just like making fun of her and like that's my opinion. I don't know that That's what it seems like now that we know that she was mad about 2025 Coachella, him being with Aysia. Then what they're on film saying it over and over, don't invite your friends, don't invite your friends. Which this was, I'm guessing this was the second weekend. Because think about it. The first weekend he was in that pink shirt and he had his hair out, right? Now, the second time he performed, he wore that yellow shirt. Yeah, he's not wearing that same thing, but he also had the bandana on, and he has that on now. So chances are this is the second week because he has his hair not out, you know. So even if he changes his clothes, he's gonna keep his hair in. So yeah, my guess this would be the second weekend. I mean, the second weekend. So Celeste was probably already upset, arguing about, you know, him going with Aysia. So maybe Celeste went the first weekend, maybe. Who knows? Maybe they met, she went in 2024. But what is clear is she was jealous about him going with her 2025 Coachella. Don't invite your friends. What jerks, dude? I mean, like, that's just mean to mock her, like, to make fun of her because she's upset because he's with Aysia. And they're just like, don't invite your friends, because he's probably like, we're just friends, and like making, and then obviously looks like he probably told Aysia about her getting mad. So that makes me wonder, yeah, if that is what's going on, that means Aysia knows that Celeste is getting jealous, right? If that's what this is, it's just my opinion. I don't know. I could be wrong. But if it is, then that means Aysia would be aware of it, and she's playing along with David, like probably acting like, oh my God, why is she getting mad? We're just friends, you know, and they're doing that. I don't know. Like I said, just my opinion. I'm not even sure if that's what's going on. Wow. I just really want to find out, though, if they were meant that she was at this Coachella or not. Yeah. Did you see this again? Or is he saying don't bite your friend? It almost sounds like, yeah, the way they're saying it. Don't bite your friend. Don't bite your friend. Don't bite your friend. Sounds like, I mean, it sounds like he's saying don't invite, but it almost sounds like she says bite, don't bite your friends. It might just be the way it sounded, but there you go. I don't know. Like I said, maybe that's not what it was, but it just seems kind of weird that, yeah, that we know that she was mad at that. Why else would he be saying that then? That's, you know, I mean, you know, it's gotta be, right? All right, I'm gonna go. I know, I feel like Zeke wants me. Zeke, baby, come here. Where are you, Bubba? Zeke, where are you? I feel bad because he wanted to play earlier when I was, I don't know. Zeke, Bubba? All right, I'm gonna end it, guys. Thank you. Yeah. What do you think? Isn't that, it's suspicious. Now, let's just hear, hopefully we'll be able to hear her side, or hear, you know, if she's a witness, see what the situation was. I'd like to know like more details about those texts today, though. Dang it. Maybe I should order today's, because today's stuff is more like, since Ross now can't give us the detailed thing, like what the text exactly said, it makes me want to order them so I can understand, like. All right, guys, I hope you learned something today. Oh, thanks, Chloe. I will. Thanks, Mayla's mom. Thank you, probably covered in dog hair. Will, I'm gonna go snuggy snug with Ziki. Ziki, see if he wants to play with his toy. Hey, baby, you wanna play? All right, I'm gonna go. Bye, guys. Thank you. Hey, Bubba.